This episode is proudly sponsored by eGuys Weekly. Have you ever felt like you're just underappreciated as a gamer because you're male? Are you looking for like-minded people of the same gender who share your passion for games? I know I myself have always felt out of place in gamer culture. For far too long has the scene been largely dominated by girls, elves, and broccoli. Get yourself a subscription to eGuys Weekly, and you too can belong. Heidi ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast. That is the name we finally settled upon. You might be confused.
What are you talking about? It was quick a quick discussion.
It was pretty quick. Only quick like an hour and a half.
Subjective. Yeah. It's a lot harder to think of a title. That's true. Than you would think. So it's multifaceted. You're like, what does it mean? It could be GG over easy. That's how you like your eggs. Or it could be GG over easy, like a math problem. You know, what? This is what happens when you divide GG by easy. This
over
podcast.
Easy. When GG is GG over easy. Yes, indeed.
And then X is true.
Claire would also like to know that is an egg joke. So that
it is an egg joke.
Remind us. Robin didn't get it at first, but then he got it, and he was like, you know what?
Thanks,
I like that.
So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're unfamiliar with what in the world is happening, we did a charity stream a little while ago, and one of the stretch goals was if we got to a certain amount raised, which we did, then we would do a Dream Team podcast, and here we are in all of its glory. Go easy on us. For those of
it's our first try.
If perhaps you're a podcast aficionado or an audiophile or anything like that, be easy on us, okay? The format is subject. Well, here's the thing too: is we don't even know if we're doing another one. It honestly just depends on how well you guys. This might be the only GG over easy podcast.
We might do terribly too, so then it's gonna be like we can't do that again.
Grand opening, a grand closing. You know, why not
welcome,
one giant party? You know,
and
one
get out of here. Exactly. If you can never have a bad day if your only day is a good one. So
exactly. So I mean, you can't just expect the least amount, and then you can't be disappointed.
It depends on your guys' reactions. We'll look down in the comments because this will be a YouTube video, but down in the description, I'm gonna do my best to either get it so you can download the audio off of SoundCloud or iTunes. Or both. I was trying to read up on iTunes, though. Yeah, oh my god. I was looking on iTunes. It has this whole, they have to approve it, and then there's, a period of, it could be anywhere from, a few days to a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how that works. So if I try iTunes, the link might not be live as soon as this. So Steve Jobs has to listen to it
in order for it to get cleared?
He has to
go
listen
straight
to every
to heaven,
single
man.
one.
Yeah,
that's why it takes so long.
Shipping technology is
they
crazy
got
now, man.
Internet. They should be able to handle that.
They've got to have fiber.
They have
at
Google
least.
Fiber up there.
Yeah, Google Fiber in Apple. Oh, the irony. So, for those wondering what we're going to be talking about, for the most part, gaming and entertainment, a little bit IRL stuff because we sometimes go outside, but not really.
Not often, dude.
Not
outside
really.
is scary, bro.
Mainly going to be gaming.
I'm not even joking.
I'm scared of human interaction.
We have aren't we
I'm
all?
the poster child for human interaction.
We have a few different segments we'll go through, but first, just want to say thanks everybody for stopping by. We can do some short introductions on the off chance that you somehow stumbled upon what is, I can only imagine, is going to be the greatest podcast known to man. Joe Rogan, step aside.
Yeah,
all right, buddy?
You're gonna have to the Pledge of Allegiance isn't gonna be played in the morning. This GG over easy is gonna be played in the morning. Okay.
Yeah,
I pledge allegiance
replacing
to
the
GG over easy.
Welcome back to GG over easy, everybody. So we take up 2 hours of your school day. So look at that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So I guess what I wanted to... So we might as well address this first. The fact that it is GG over easy. You might be like, well, why isn't it the Dream Team podcast or something? That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't
That would
it?
make a lot of sense.
That's too easy, first off. Come on.
That's too easy.
If it's easy, we like to make things harder. You know the saying, work smarter, not harder? We're the other way around.
Yeah, we just spent an hour and a half making a name for ourselves, so we really do work harder.
Yeah, we got to start way earlier because we're podcasting today, and we started right around the same time. Maybe 15 minutes earlier.
Do you want to know the prep involved? We put in probably an extra 10 minutes of prep for this recording.
Okay.
Whereas usually we
Mr.
put in
Fruit
a solid
put in a little
30.
more prep.
Hey,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
okay.
whoa, whoa,
Mr.
whoa.
Fruit did put in prep. I didn't do anything.
I'll
I
do
kind of
that.
was there like, Rob, what do you like?
Hey,
I like this.
Yeah, that works.
Spitball a couple ideas to me, big guy. And
So
that's
I
what we
guess
did.
what we'll start with first is some listener interaction.
I
So
like
what's
that.
gonna happen?
And here's
okay,
the
so here's the thing. I've gotten this question asked a lot. I don't even think
Oh,
I've
no.
specifically brought this up with Blue or Rob, but
What?
especially with the dream or
You're freaking
not-
me out.
with with
Is it
Destiny
the
2
question
coming
that
around
we always get asked?
and all this kind of stuff. The question is, are we gonna stay? Is the name Dream Team gonna stay?
For Destiny 2?
Just in general.
It's
Well,
brand,
with the thing I just saw and how long it took us for it to come up with a name nowadays,
Yeah,
probably
I mean-
because then we have to have another
Hey,
6-hour meeting.
Hey, do you remember
about-
when I said listener interaction? Why don't you let me get there, okay?
All right, sorry.
Obviously
Oh,
we
gee,
can't do
okay.
this. That's why we're outsourcing. We're getting some people to help us. So if you have an idea, because here's the thing, okay? Dream Team's cool, but again, I think I've mentioned this. If I had realized that that name would have stuck and, you know, been what it is today, and was as broad as it was and covered the group, I wouldn't have named us the Dream Team. It was like a meme, haha, we're the Dream Team because we're actually kind of bad. So that was the video idea. I never intended that to be the group name.
well, in the thing you kind of showed, it was like quote unquote the inefficient squad. or
Yeah,
And,
well,
I, and
yeah.
I think the only reason the Dream Team came in is because I said something about like Space Magic or something, Space Magic Johnson.
Yeah, that
I was
might have
like,
been.
And then something like I started doing like warlock dumps with the Nova bombs.
So
And because
point
you
being-
because you talked about Dream Team, I was like, okay, I'm Space Medic Johnson.
Yeah.
And then Rob can be someone else, and then it just went on from there. And
That's the thing. The Dream Team is that. When you search Dream Team, you know what you find? Space Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you find. You don't
You did.
find us. And it's not like, "Ugh, I want a name so we can be first on the search." It's just, you know, the Dream Team is so broad. And
very broad.
whenever anyone makes like, you know, a joke or whatever, it's like, "Hey, this is the Dream Team." So
Just because it like rhymes.
yeah, it's just really broad. So what I'm asking all of you listeners out there, if you're on the YouTube video at least, or you can tweet me, do you have an idea on what we should be called? A name change? It can be whatever you want. If
Dude,
something's
we can
catchy,
we can go over them next episode.
yeah. If something's catchy, if we have if we get renewed,
if you get enough,
that's what I'm saying. If we get there,
If we
if
get
there's
renewed.
enough interest, we'll get a part 2, and then we can decide on our new name.
we just need something that
If we
isn't
get a
so
name.
generic. So that's why we're going to address that, and that's why, for the time being, this is also the GG Over Easy podcast. Just so it's more than just us. I mean, obviously it'll be us talking and whatnot, but on the off chance someone's gone, if we're doing this more often or whatever, it's more about gaming and chilling, talking with you.
Chilling.
How you doing? What are you doing right now while you're listening? What do you guys think they're doing right now? Take some guesses.
You know what's funny though? Like,
Number one,
there's
someone's
somebody
taking a
out
poop.
there who we are gonna guess. Like I'm
Taking
guessing
a poop.
somebody's
There is someone
making a
taking a poop.
sandwich.
Taking a solid poop.
No,
Yep.
someone's making a sandwich. Just use the turkey that they just got from
I
King
think-
Supers out of that like where it's cheaper. So
Oh,
they
you're
made
going
some
real
savings
specific.
there.
Someone's walking around naked in their house right now with their headphones on their phone because they can, because no one's home, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna walk around naked and listen to a Dream Team podcast today.
There's somebody with that cliche like New York City subway shot where everybody's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
sitting down, looking down,
Oh, yeah.
like
He's
with
got the
headphones
Beats
in.
headphones
Somebody in that like little bus is listening to this. So.
Yeah.
Someone is currently
And then
driving to
as
their
they
9
said
to
that,
5.
they smiled and looked around to
But
make
there's
sure
also some
nobody
people
else
going
was
on a road
smiling
trip.
and looking around
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and then
they
their
t-
eyes meet, and they're actually at the same part in this
Yeah.
podcast together.
Dude, guys,
And
we
if
just
that's the
brought
case,
lovers
you need to
together,
take off
dude.
your earbuds, go talk to the Today Show, and tell them
Go
your
talk,
story.
go talk to the Today
Yeah,
Show.
I better
what?
get an invitation to the wedding. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we brought love
Better
to
be
you
best
today.
man.
Yeah,
We
we're
bring
making
people
changes in
together.
people's lives today already, guys. Wow.
Wow.
Or if you heard that, run.
Run, boy,
That person
run.
is
Run,
following
run,
Road
you.
is not meant for you. Run, boy, run. Okay,
Get out
so
of there.
with that out of the way, the introduction, name of the podcast, and the potential change. I know you've known us as Dream Team. We've been labeled as Dream Team, so I understand if at first you're a little apprehensive. You're like, I don't know how to feel about change. Listen, it's okay, all right? Well, first off, it's
gonna
not
get through this.
guaranteed anything's changed, and plus, you know what? Sometimes change is good, all right? It's scary, but it can be good. Just like
Yeah,
my
like puberty.
logo. My logo
yeah,
at first,
like logo.
whole world was like, oh, and now I don't hear it. You know what?
You just move
it just
on.
happens.
It's puberty, dude. Everybody
just
goes
like
through
in-
puberty.
Yeah, just
Dream
like in
Team was our
Destiny 2.
voice crack.
Yeah,
but
we
now
have
we're like,
to go to
now we're like, what's
for
up?
puberty.
Like, we're the Barber Boys. Like, what's up? Like, that's my
Yo.
the Barber Boys. Like, ooh.
Barber boys.
Barber boys.
We could
no
be
idea
a
what we're talking
barbershop
We could be
quartet.
a
We're missing the fourth,
boys.
though. Diabetes.
Diabetes boys.
All right, so the point of the podcast, obviously, for the most part, is gaming. We'll be talking about various other stuff, but for the most part, as you know, we dabble mainly in gaming, and for the most part, we don't really have lives outside of it.
Nope,
So
not at
if
all.
you want us to talk about things
I
besides
do have that life, and
we'll
that
do our
life
best.
is scary. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Ooh.
Definitely the scary of the two.
Every time I walk out of my house, it's just
Yeah, I still don't know what
die.
I'm doing with my life.
no one does. Well,
one really
well, you see,
does.
well, that's the trick. No one really knows. Do you
Well, you
remember when
kinda
you
just,
were
like,
a kid?
pretend-
Do we ever know?
You kind of
Yeah,
just
but-
pretend you know what you're doing.
Think about when
Yeah.
you were a kid. Like personally, I thought my parents had everything figured out. You know, I was like, man,
Yeah.
Nope.
how did they do this? Yeah, they're going. They're like, oh, money's not a problem, even though it was. But the way they made it look, and the way they treated me and everything, like. You think your
Your
parents have it all
immersion
that? Yeah,
was
but never.
nice.
And now you realize
immersion
they were
changed.
barely hanging on.
You
You,
were
know what I'm saying?
fully, yeah, you were
Yeah.
fully immersed as a kid, and now
Yeah.
you're like getting into like the meta.
We were RPing, but now
When you're
it's-
like
it's
18, they're
weird.
like, all right, here you go. Like,
yeah, they give you a
And you're
book
like,
of
oh,
like
it's not gonna be that bad. I
they give
can't
you a
wait to be
book
on
of all
my
the
own.
truths of the world, and you're like,
I've
oh,
honestly just gotten to the point where like I kind of just pretend I know what I'm doing, and now I'm at this point.
Yeah, I
Which
hope
is like,
that
nah,
nobody
I'm
like.
like chilling, but like
Yeah, I hope nobody calls
I
my
have no
bluff.
idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea what. has
One
gotten
day
me
they
to this
might.
point.
One day they might call your bluff, and then that's when you get like mad
Yeah,
anxiety
that's when
and
you're
you like
like,
panic attack, and you're like, well, what am I doing? I just want to be home.
So hopefully that's a positive note. I guess I don't really know how we got to that, but hopefully that is uplifting to
Yeah, 'cause-
you on the New York subway. But moving on, let's get into the games. It's no secret that coming up here soon, Destiny 2.
D2.
We did have
Diablo
a little bit
2.
of
The
information.
hype is there. The hype is there.
The hype. Now, since this video is going up, there was a little article recently that had been circulated a little bit. There's obviously, there's quite a bit to talk about in D2.
Oh yeah.
But more specifically, this article that talked about how there was something over 80 PvE missions, something like that. And
80 plus
cumulatively,
missions.
How many does
something a
D1
little-
have? Like,
Like,
at least maybe 20, maybe 20.
Something like
Four.
that.
It was like four.
No,
They
well,
said-
you have to think there was.
it's
Go ahead,
like
Christian.
50 to 55 hours of content. Well, they also, until you hit like level cap. So,
Did they say what level
We're-
cap is yet?
no, I mean,
Yeah, it was.
it's something. I
Well,
don't think
okay,
they've.
Is
yeah,
it-
I don't think they've actually gone like into specific.
Okay,
detail
but
on
that's
level
not the
cap.
important part.
Anyways,
Just imagine
yeah.
it's like D1,
Content.
1 to 20, where you were able to pretty much do the campaign, and in like
In like 4
12 hours, yeah, you're like max level. Well, now they're saying across the story, the side missions, different stuff scattered around, it'll take 50 to 55 hours to hit the cap, and then it's not clear. I think what they meant is like at that point it would have been all new content, and then after that you're gonna start recycling, I assume.
And like grinding, like that's
Yeah,
when you grinded.
the grind.
There's gotta be a grind. It's not like all gonna
Which-
be new content all the time.
Also, I don't know if it was confirmed, but there was also something, a leak that said Nightfalls might be timed. Did you guys see that?
Nightfall might
I
be
want that.
timed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to
I hope
15
so,
minutes.
Because I
Oh,
want
so, like, you
Nightfalls to
had
be
to-
hard again.
Yeah.
Because like Nightfalls now are like boring, and I think
Yeah, 'cause-
like that was awesome. Like fighting through a hard ass Nightfall and getting dope loot, and now
Well-
it's like
Well,
we
I
could do
think-
the Nightfall, I guess.
Somebody had a good point. They're probably trying to avoid exploits. You know, like sitting on top.
Oh, that's
was that
true.
Venus
Well, that- yeah,
strike?
that's
You
what
know,
I'm
like all the
saying.
cheese and stuff.
That's how I finished all
Because
my
I
Nightfalls.
mean, if you
sit
look
in
at
the
like the
corner.
first Nightfalls you ever did in Destiny, like my first
You
one took
sat in
like
a
an
corner,
hour and a
yeah.
half, dude. Like Fogoth, I soloed that and was like shooting them.
Oh,
from that
the
room.
cheese where you would sit like in the room behind
Yeah,
the
dude,
room,
and
and
like
you
No.
that's how I got the
snipe
icebreaker,
Fogoth.
dude. That,
I think you all
I was
forget-
in there for like 2
Times.
hours. I was in
You
there
all
for like 2
forget
hours.
week 1 Nightfall, which was Sepix. That was horrible. Never finished it. I
See,
think
even
4
then in
separate
week one
times.
Sepix.
Cumulatively of like 8 hours, I tried that Nightfall. Never finished it week 1.
Jesus Christ.
We just weren't powerful enough. It was awful.
I
But
remember
you know, it
having
was
a
a
hard
grind.
time
It was
on
challenging.
the weekly heroic because we were under leveled and we tried doing it. That took me like 2 hours. So then they were like, oh, but there's Nightfall. And I was like, oh, nope, psych, see ya. Week 1 was intimidating.
Super intimidating. Which I imagine it will be again.
But that's a
is
good
why
thing.
it's always but it's always hard to gauge. Like week 1 when you don't have everything, like wow, this is people will be like, oh, it's challenging, there's new stuff, but give it a month, and I hope it's not like, oh yeah, no, it turns out, just wait till you're max level and
Well, everyone's
easy peasy.
always gonna find the best way to do things. I just hope those best ways are fun.
Which is why I'm interested in what they talked about loadout locking.
I still don't know how that's gonna work. Like, it sounds cool, but like, how do you not like just stop someone like in a raid from like going to orbit and come back?
But I mean, you can
Fair
do
point.
that. What? Just it would end the checkpoint? But that's
Maybe-
so dumb. Like that just
yeah.
defeats the purpose.
Well, I was
I'd be
gonna say
mad if
no
like
one-
someone in my raid group like did that.
I was gonna say no one could join maybe your session once you start, but then what if someone DCs or something? It's out of their
Oh, that
control.
would suck. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't do that.
Then you're screwed.
I don't know. This is why we don't make games.
Hard answers. We just ask questions.
Yeah,
I'm
way better at asking questions.
questions here.
Gotta get to the meat, Murphy.
No, but I think that's like one of the redeeming qualities about the game is that the loadout lock. I think it's interesting, but like Blue just said, I mean, there's a work around it.
Yeah. How do
And
you
PvP,
like actually
it sounds
lock
pretty
it?
sick though. Is that going to be like for
Oh
PvP?
yeah. Whenever
It'd be interesting if they did that like trials. I can't
That'd
imagine
be
that you're
really
gonna do that
good for
every
trials.
game. No way.
Do you think Trials is going to be like how competitive play was, like with that game type thing?
No, I imagine they'll stick to the same. I mean, well, maybe. I don't know.
they could make it objective based in trials, just so
Yeah.
it's not like
I would hope
I mean,
be
it's-
objective based because that would give you.
Because I mean, if that's the
Spawn.
case, trials would be countdown. Just what every
Well, I
weekend
wouldn't
or
mind
something.
that.
What's the difference?
I wouldn't mind that because my issue with trials was like, especially right now, it's like you could literally just sit in the back with your icebreaker and just hope you get the kills first.
Here's what trials should be: battle royale. Boom.
Yeah.
You just spawn in. There's like 100
everyone-
guardians.
80 people in
Yeah.
one map. Whoever the fire team that comes out last wins.
There's like a giant Vex milk wall. It slowly closes in. There you go. Luke Smith, get back at me.
Hire him.
I'm available.
Would you be down
Yeah.
if Bungie was like, "Yo, like work for us"?
It'd be that.
Bruh.
It'd be that situation. I'll pretend I know what I'm doing and hope I don't get called out.
Hope I don't get called out.
But damn, I would take that job.
As soon as they do, I'm going back to YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. So it sounds like a lot of PvE content, and I'm fine with it too. It just has to have replayability.
Yeah,
If
but I mean, do you
we
think
could have
D1 had
50
replayability? Or
Some
whatever
of
it
them.
is?
it's just
At some points,
I'm not going to be as keen this time around replaying the same kind of way I did D1. I've already done D1 replayability. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
want it,
can't
like,
imagine
in
they're gonna change the formula that much.
Yeah,
But 50
I'm not
hours
gonna be
sounds
as-
nice. But if
Yeah.
all that 50 hours, I mean, granted, I'm sure a lot of that's the campaign and stuff. It's not all of it. But if a lot of that is still replayable and still enjoyable, the 10th time through, which I guess is always the challenge. How do you make something
you gotta be.
fresh
You gotta
and-
always be working towards something. Like there's.
yeah,
like,
you always
Where's
got to
my
get a
carrot?
better chest piece
In
and then
D-
a better
yeah.
arms.
in D1, you never really like know you're working towards something. You just gotta get it.
Well, that's why
Whereas
I wish
like
they
in
would
like in
go,
Minecraft, there's a slow grind. Rob knows he's gonna get to that castle. He's got to work toward it.
Gotta work hard. That's why I wish they would go more RPG, more grindy. But they
But they're
obviously
trying- but
appeal.
you
They
have to,
appeal to
like-
the casuals.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the casual percentage compared to like the hardcore percentage
Yeah.
is not. It's not even close. That's why they like market the game towards casual noobs. But you know,
Noobs.
whatever.
Grindy
I think
means
there's
they're
a-
gonna take more time, and not everybody has that much time. And
I hope there's a
Well,
good way
yeah,
to
because I
balance
mean, you
it.
have to think about
There's
this
gotta
too.
be-
This is like the first time we're playing like because when D1 first came out, dude, I was like super still in school. I was like, I mean, the only thing I ever did was homework, school, and Destiny. So this
I was
be the
gonna
first
say,
time I
Rob,
really just-
you barely went to school when Destiny was out, anyway.
well, yeah, but I mean, I still went.
He
I
thought
still
about
did
it.
homework. I still passed. I'll say that.
I remember day one though. I was proud of
70s.
myself. Release. I still went to school.
C's get degrees, boys and girls.
I did too because my freaking Destiny had Marinberry. My Destiny
Well-
worked for the first night. I played it the night of, and then I came back from school.
Well, I
and
know I
had Mare
texted
Berry
you,
error
like,
code
what
for like
level did
2
you get to?
weeks.
And you're like, oh, I'm already level 14. And wow.
Yeah, dude, I was grinding, but then I got Marin buried for like a week and a half, so I couldn't play ever. You were so far ahead of me because of Marin Berry.
Well,
How
Anybody
long did
else was
Marin Berry
Marin buried
last?
out there? F in the
was-
comment
yeah.
section first.
How long did it last? How long did the Marinberry last?
About a week, like 4 or 5
On
days.
and
Yeah,
off.
dude, I swear to, I'm not kidding. I had to like, I was going to like my like apartment's like internet thing in the wall, and it was like fire blocked.
I
And then I
gotta
had to
play
like,
Destiny,
yeah, dude, I had
gotta
to like
get some-
open up like certain ports and shit like it. Dude, it was so dumb. I had like these connecting problems and it sucked. But then
I gotta
like,
play, dude.
but then it finally like fixed itself. I didn't do anything. They were like, all right, it's fixed, and I was like, all right, sweet. So then I could finally play. Like 3 days later, it was like 4 or 5 days, but it felt like forever.
Well, that's when, because I can even almost like remember how I felt. We didn't know much about Destiny going in, and immediately it was like, oh, I gotta grind, get max level, see what's at the end, blah blah blah, in game, keep going. There's got to be
There-
something to grind for.
There
You-
was
yeah.
nothing.
You hit 20, and it's like,
There's more, right?
I
Please be
remember
more?
I would watch Reddit to see like Nightfall rewards. I remember I was in class
so much
when
cool stuff too.
when Vault to Glass first released, and I was reading up everyone was saying on the raids. It was taking people forever. People were like, somebody said something about like a jumping puzzle, and somebody said like there's like these yellow orbs you shoot, and like I think this person's at the end, and blah blah blah. And I was like, this is
Jesus.
amazing.
Why is Dado using a hand cannon?
Yeah, is that optimal DPS?
Is it really?
But
Oh man, I would watch Reddit all the time too.
I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't really. I liked playing the game, but I didn't like go into Reddit forums or anything like
Dude,
that.
I gotta
I
know
did.
like every piece of info that's going on during that raid. I was watching everything
I
on
didn't
Twitch.
listen.
I was
just knew Prime Guard
reading
beat it.
everything on Reddit. Yeah, I heard, and then Prime Guard, and watching it happen. It was like, oh, dude,
Yeah, I'll
like,
be honest.
I'm never gonna be at that level, dude.
I don't think I watched any content. I don't think I'd watched really any YouTube or Twitch.
Damn, son.
Yeah, I didn't watch much Twitch either. I really didn't.
Like when I first started making Destiny videos, I didn't even really look to see who else was doing them. I was
Kinda
out
just
of the
did it.
community. Yeah.
What was your first Destiny video?
I think it was a Thorn. No, last word. Pretty sure it's Thorn. Thorn back when it was doo-doo, like original release.
Dang.
Yeah. But I remember that's also what I always looked for on Reddit. Like when I first got the Thorn quest, I was like, what is this?
Oh,
So I
like,
looked it up on like
ooh.
Reddit. Yeah, and then I was seeing people getting other exotic quests. I was like, this is amazing.
I remember I couldn't ever get a exotic quest to pop up. I turned in like a million bounties. It's just like RNG, just like
By
totally
the
random.
time you got your first, I think it already completed like 2 or 3.
Yeah, so stupid.
I had gotten the bad juju first, and I was so excited because it looked so badass. And then I got it, and I started reading up. I was like, "Oh man, what if my exotic's really good?" And everyone was like, "Bad juju is trashed here. Don't use it." I was like, "Oh, it feels bad, man. This is my
Well,
first
I got
exotic."
Thorn first, and when I read that its exotic perk did damage over time, just immediate hard on. I was like, oh, I love,
OP.
Rock
I love
solid,
like
baby.
poison. I love dots. Like this is amazing. I was like, this is gonna be so good in PvP. Whip it out. I'm like, this thing is garbage. Who would ever use this?
And then a year later, it was I hate this thing.
Oh yeah,
Why
and then
does it-
and then once they
OP
patched it, it was like,
broke.
oh my god, stop. Put it back. I remember Vex
Sunsinger
Mytho right
Thorn.
out of the gate though.
Oh my god, dude, that gun was
I remember
I was hot butter and they were the knife.
Ab versus. He actually got to use it before they totally nerfed it like a week after
I
it came
wish
out.
I was able to. I never got it
He
to
was
drop.
he was one of the first to get it, and I would watch his stream nonstop because he had that gun was so broke. Like
It's
I don't
ridiculous.
think we don't remember how broke it was because it got nerfed so quick.
Oh,
but that
dude,
gun
it would have
oh my god,
broke the game.
Like
That was
the,
like
the
that
time
was
that
like the
killed
first
that,
bit.
it felt like you were playing COD if you held the Vex.
It was like the first week after like VOD had came out. VOD
Yeah.
had came out.
I mean, at that point too, the people who had Vex Mythos were like handfuls.
Yeah, it wasn't like a bunch of people. But you knew when someone had Vex Mytho in your
Oh, but
game.
you knew. So I guess
good times.
the other announcement that had been made recently is the great partnership that everyone had been asking for. Destiny 2 teamed up with Pop-Tarts and Rockstar.
Yay!
what an odd
Diabetes.
What
I know,
an
what a-
odd
what an odd-
combination.
They're like, hey, listen, day one,
they-
you're going hard. You got all the
They did
nutrition you
partnerships
need.
before, right?
But yeah, but
I
it
don't think I've
was
ever done it
they
with.
did for Red Bull.
It was just
Yeah.
Red
Oh
Bull,
yeah,
right?
Red Bull.
But yeah,
for
but I don't.
Rockstar?
I'm never drinking Rockstar, and I think Red Bull is like cleaner. I always think about Rockstar as like party, like BMX, like motocross, and like Red Bull, it's like
Rockstar is
the
like the
finer
frat
things.
party stuff.
yeah.
What do you even get in the codes? I don't remember.
I haven't even-
XP boosts or
No,
something.
you got a mission. You got a mission, a shader, and a sparrow.
No,
You
no,
got-
no.
No,
But for
no, no.
these-
Yeah, Pop Tarts and Rockstar.
They're XP
I'm
boosts,
pretty,
right?
Yeah.
Wait,
XP
really?
boosts.
That's stupid.
Okay,
Oh,
but
dude,
see,
you're gonna get them.
it makes a difference though, because what if you start spamming XP boost? Boom, first to level 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
assuming
Day
we get level
one,
20.
you pop that. Wow.
I'm
Why would
popping.
you?
man.
I'm popping.
Why
a
would you
bunch
make
of them,
those
dude.
available in a
I love
man.
Poo Tarts.
I love Pop Tarts, man. I don't eat
Pop-Tarts.
them, but I love them now.
Listen, Pop Tarts, if you're listening to this right now in the headquarters, in the office, like the very top of the building,
give us
very
a couple
important,
codes.
very important meeting, and like you guys
don't know.
are around the circle right now, let this be the plea.
Sponsor us.
I don't know why they couldn't partner with Coke.
Oh, that'd be like your.
Oh,
Oh,
Coke
yeah,
is
right,
would've been
dude.
the
Coke is huge.
Yeah.
Coke has never. Coke
Dude,
has
Coke like
rarely ever
sponsors
done.
like the World Cup and like the Super
Yeah,
Bowl. You
they
think they're
do,
gonna
like,
cop?
mad-
and you know who they're
sponsorships.
sponsoring next? Me, baby. You know what? Coke. If you're
Oh,
at
Mr.
the
Fruit.
headquarters around the table, let this be my plea.
What if
put
like
me on-
Coke, like,
put
all the
me on-
Coke execs are like looking around the table like, oh my god, Mr. Fruit just said our
Put
name.
them
Oh
on
my God,
every
Mr. Fruit."
bottle of cherry Coke right now. It's fruit. It's
My
in
face.
Coke. It's delicious.
It's great. Brand new fruit flavor.
Could you ever quit soda, Christian?
I have for a while.
Oh,
There was
Why'd
one
you-
time
Oh,
where
yeah, there
I
was a
went
long
like
time
2
where you-
years
yeah.
without touching any caffeine.
See, I don't even drink
now
soda.
why
but
did
I'm
you
so
go back
mad
to
fat.
caffeine?
But it's a you take one. I'm telling you, it's a
Once
slippery
you
slope.
stop,
Like
you can't
you're,
stop.
yeah, you're like, oh, I've been off of it. Like, yeah, what's one here and there gonna work? And suddenly you're like, wait, why don't? Oh no.
Suddenly, the next day, you're like, I could treat myself to one more. It's just one.
Yeah,
and then every day, you get one.
Dr. Pepper's my choice, man. That's like
Oh,
my go-to.
I would clap my ass somewhere in like some foreign land for booty clap for Dr. Pepper, dude.
Hey, you're
I
worth
love
more
Dr.
than that,
Pepper.
man. Come on.
Nah,
Sell
dude,
yourself.
I'm
You
short.
drink
Dr.
coffee,
Pepper
Christian?
is very valuable.
Yeah, coffee's nasty. I don't like it either. I hate it.
I actually used to drink coffee in college, but
Really?
because I ran out of sugar, so I started drinking coffee black, and because it was cheap.
Ugh.
So that was the most manly thing I ever did in my life.
Just straight black coffee. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I went to college full time, so I would like drink it straight up, no sugar, no cream, because I had to wake up. I got like 4 hours of sleep a night.
Wake
It
up.
sucked.
Drink.
Oh, we're on two
Anyways,
different songs here.
Yeah.
But have you ever drinking a Rockstar, Christian?
I have. Fun fact, actually, I've never had an energy drink.
You've never had an energy. So
What?
is this gonna be
I
your
don't believe that.
Is this gonna be your first
I've
energy
had
drink?
A sip of a Red Bull, but I'm not kidding. I've never nothing like 5 Hour Energy, none of that stuff. I don't know why I would want
You're
it.
probably
no.
better. You're probably better for that, man. Because I used to drink a lot of Monster in high school,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure I fucked up my body hard.
Yeah, dude. When in middle school, I drank a lot of Monster because it was like
Oh,
the cool.
dude.
Like if you were holding a can of Monster in middle
Man,
school,
yeah,
Bro,
you're
you
a
were
badass.
you were the
Bars.
fucking man,
Yeah,
dude.
no one
I'm
You'd
not
have
even
those-
kidding.
You'd have those backwards like flat cap beanies that had like the cap inside the. Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
you'd be like, yeah, I snowboard. What of it? And I
Yeah,
do
what up?
and I skate. Like, and I
Yeah,
have
dude.
long
I
hair.
watched the Barracks videos.
What
Eric
up,
Costin,
chicks?
bro.
Rondy Mullen, bro, when he does those cool
Oh, yeah.
tricks. But no, I've never had a Rockstar. But I've had Monsters and stuff. I've never had a
Dude,
Rockstar.
Monster was strangely like you knew how bad it was for you by how it tasted, but you couldn't stop drinking it. And I feel like Rockstar is gonna be the
Sid's
same.
dad's like addicted to him. He like loves Monster
What?
energy drinks.
Oh,
He drinks all the time. He drinks them
That
all the
poor
time.
man.
Oh, dude, he drinks them all the time. He loves them.
I'll happily eat Pop Tarts every day though. I'm not bad. I'm not mad about Pop Tarts, but dude,
I
Rockstar.
am mad
like,
about that. No,
I gotta
cherry
stay
Pop
away from
Tarts though.
that.
Okay, those are.
Will you have a
no,
Rockstar,
no.
Christian? Because of the
We
sponsorship?
try one.
If I buy one, I'll probably give it to Claire.
Does Claire drink energy drinks?
I don't know. Maybe it'd go to waste. I don't
You
really want to
guys should
drink it.
split it. It'll make it easier.
I'd rather just buy Pop Tarts, I guess, because eventually we'll eat those.
What's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
I just told you, cherry, man.
Oh,
Wild
the blue
berry,
one.
So
dude.
I like the
good.
blue
Wild
frosting
berry.
one.
cherry.
The blue frosting one, because it looks the coolest. And it has like purple
blueberry?
frosting on it too. Is that what that is?
Wild berry. That's wild berry.
Oh, wild berry
I
is
fucking
the
love
best.
wild berry.
Oh, wild berry is the
You
best.
guys are sleeping
Blue, I'm
on
with
cherry?
you. No, I like cherry, but wild
Cherry's
berry.
classic, dude. But
Yeah, I'm
wild
not
berry's
sleeping
next.
on anything.
Wild
I'm just
berry is like
saying-
the Baja Blast of
Oh.
Pop Tarts.
If you
I
go
guess-
to T-Bone, don't get Baja Blast. You're doing T-Bone
This
wrong.
is about, I guess, what I expected from our podcast. We've been on Pop
Well, we're
Tarts for
talking
about 10
about
minutes
Destiny
now.
2,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's about right. Might as well just be
Well,
the
look,
food
man,
cast.
we've hit minute 30 and we haven't even scratched the surface, which I think is NASA.
Nasu.
Oh, we should have been the
NASA.
NASA podcast.
Oh, the Nasu cast.
Nasu. Oh, dude, why did we not think of that?
I'm sure that's out there
Nasu.
something.
Welcome to the Nisu cast, guys.
Nice
let's
cast.
rename
They'd be
our
like, "Ew,
podcast
what is this?
halfway through.
What is
Nice
this
to cast, dude, nice to cast,
Weebcast? Yeah, might as well just name ourselves the
Nasu
Weebcast.
Nisu cast?
Nasu cast.
I'm not.
Did want to bring up though. You know, we can because we got a lot of games to talk about. We'll mix it up here real quick. I've always been asked, and you guys can talk about it too. You know, what's a day in the life of Mr. Fruit? Like, hey, do a day in the life vlog. And I've joked about it. If I were to do it, it'd be like, yo guys, it's like 7 a.m. I'm gonna go make breakfast real quick and then sit at my computer for 12 hours. And then it'd just be a time lapse of me sitting there. That's my day in the life.
Like your Casey Nasdaq film, like with cool
Yeah.
beats and stuff like that. Is just you sitting
No,
around
you'd raise your table a couple times.
with just a couple of with the. Just like just a sound.
Little clicks and maybe I'll screen cap a little bit, throw it in montage a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Just, like,
Get some slow mos of your
like
desk
some,
going up and
some
down.
casual coughs. Like
Just slight readjustments every now and then. Maybe a bathroom break if I'm feeling risky.
No, you'll take your camera into the
no,
bathroom
you
with you.
no, you did go to the bars though in Denver though. You
Oh.
were
Hey, that's right. Hey, man.
you were bar hopping.
I'm
you
in
were
that.
hopping
Well,
some
actually,
bars.
we didn't hop. It was only one. So just a bar
You
sparse.
hopped a bar. Still counts.
I drank
out.
a Coke. I asked them to hold everything, just a Coke.
Here's gonna Coke, dog. Dude, I've done that
Like,
at bars,
man,
and people
I-
look at you
Could I get
weird.
a Coke
I
on the
drink and
rocks,
stuff
please?
like that. Dude, I drink, but not all the time. But I hate going out to the bars, dude. I couldn't imagine if I
same.
didn't drink going out to
Same.
the bars, dude. It'd make it even
Wait,
worse.
why do you think I would want to go?
No, dude. People will look at you like, "Why are you here? Like, what are you doing here?" 'Cause
Hey,
I have
I'm
legit
still
bought
a
a Coke.
monster on the dance floor. That's what I will admit. So
You still, yeah,
there was a
you
dance
kill it
floor
on
at a
the floor.
bar.
Oh, what? Yeah, it's like a club
Yeah, dude,
kind
of
thing.
course.
Yeah.
Dude, our bars are boring. Then what the heck? We
What
have
are you
like
talking? You live in Austin,
Yeah,
don't you? Or
should
San
have- you should
Antonio,
be
right? Which one
popping.
of the two?
If you're
we don't
well,
have
yeah,
da-
if you're close to Austin.
Our bars are like about like tasting like the quality craft beer and
Well,
watching.
dude, that's what Fort Collins is like too. Oh my god, they're like, what kind of like draft is this? Like, I'm like, I don't Coors Light. I don't. I don't know.
am I drinking?
This is the local IPA, the San Antonio Special, and it's like, what the? I
Well, and your
I
bars
don't
are
know what I
like,
want.
How
don't
cheap is
tear
it?
my heart, my egg can break
Break your
your
heart.
heart. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't
See,
want to
in
hear that when
Austin-
I'm at a bar either.
In Austin, it's like weird, like electro. Maybe I went to the wrong bars on 6th Street because I'm not like a bar
all
hopping
we
guy.
had
but
was
man, it's
one
weird.
DJ who this kind of triggered me. In the back, he had like an LCD screen playing like music videos.
Yeah.
and they're dancing and stuff. Except it's just like it's like a 20-minute loop of just random music videos put together. So none of
Oh,
it matches
what?
the music.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
What?
weird.
So you have I don't know like. And you have some weird emo like artsy music video in the back.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne, like,
Yeah, or you have like Ariana
Some-
Grande and currently it's like Maroon 5 singing. And it's just like, oh, I can't do it.
What is this?
Triggered
Isn't
me
right.
a little bit. And the worst part too is they don't get to any of the good songs until later in the night. You know, they save it for the nightlife.
Should I tell you guys my last time I went to Denver and like just got blacked out for the first time
Yeah.
ever?
Tell us. Go on.
I don't think I told you
You're
guys
a
this,
bad
did I?
example.
Well,
The best
no.
example.
Well,
Kids never get blackout. Don't.
well, okay. Well, this is just in
Also
Denver,
of
you know.
age, please drink responsibly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please,
Gonna
of
get
course.
blackout.
Yeah.
I don't drink. You know, you
Well,
don't have to be
I
cool.
don't either. I mean, but I mean, like, I occasionally.
I'm just trying to make sure whoever's listening out here.
Yeah. Drink responsibly. Don't be stupid like me. So I go to a Rockies game, and I don't eat anything. I don't know why. I just had peanuts, so I think peanuts are
yeah.
gonna like just kind of like savor me.
Roasted peanuts are pretty good though.
Yeah, but that's not like a sustainable meal. Like,
No.
I'm like drinking, bro. So I had like 2 beers at the game, and then my Kyle
Plus
is like,
they're
yo, come
salty,
meet
so
me
you're
at the
just gonna
top
drink
of the
more.
bar. There's like a margarita bar at Coors, I guess. So I go up there,
shit.
he gets me a marg, and I'm not going to be like a loser and say no. So I'm like, fine. And like, I hate that alcohol. Like, I hate tequila. Like, that's so bad.
You see,
And
kids.
so we go to another
don't give
bar
in to peer
afterwards, and then he got me some more, and then we drank some more, and then the last thing I remember is we took a picture, and then I woke up, didn't know where my phone was, didn't know where my wallet was. I was at home. I passed out on the couch. I get my phone. It was completely shattered.
pressure.
I found my
Jesus.
wallet in the pantry. I'm not making this up.
You got
My
the
phone was
drunk
completely
munchies?
broken, bro. And like I call Sid like on my phone on Meredith's phone, and she's like, "Is Rob okay?" I'm like, "Sid, it's me." And she's like, "Oh my god."
Immediately does.
I'm like,
Oh.
"What?" Yeah, I'm like, I'm not kidding. I was hungover for like 3 days. It was like the worst night of my
yeah.
life, which is
You
like
see-
why you don't drink, Christian. Was that
Well,
for that
let me-
specific reason?
Let me role play as if I were in that scenario. Okay, I'd be at a Rockies game, chilling. Maybe eating some roasted peanuts. I'm not a big fan of nuts, but I'm sitting there. Maybe I'm eating some. My friend's like, "Yo, come up to the Marg bar." Apparently, that's what you call them. I didn't realize you don't.
Yeah,
just
it's like a
call them
margarita bar.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's
Marg,
called, dude. I've
a
been there
Marg.
one time.
So you go up there and be like, "Yo, dude, drink this." I'm like, "No," and then that's where my story ends. That's-
No, I don't drink.
yeah, I'd
It's
be
a
like,
riveting
"No
story.
thanks." Like, "I got this for you." I was like, "Nah, you're drinking too."
You're drinking too.
Yeah, or give it
You
away
never-
to somebody.
Well, tell us like your experience about when you took your first like drink. Was it bad? Like you just didn't like it?
No, I haven't really. I don't like how it tastes, and so
When's the last time
like-
you tried it though? I'm not trying
I
to,
mean,
like,
every
convert you,
now
I'm
and then.
just
No, every now
curious.
and then it's
Just
like, if I'm
curious.
with people who are like, they'd be like, my parents would be like, "Here, try this wine or something." Every time I'm like, "Blah."
Try. Well, yeah, your dad like try this 1928. Merlot.
1827
Grigio.
Pinot Noir. Now, okay, listen. So you first have to put it. He just told me all about like, okay, so you hold it like this. You put it right underneath your chin.
Make sure you
and-
eat some cheese before.
No, you put like the top of the glass underneath your chin. You want to move it like clockwise. Sniff
what
it.
the shit?
Get the
Okay.
taste.
Funny man.
Get the whole taste, okay, and then once it bring it a little closer. Now, like breathe in, get the fumes, okay, and then like put your lips onto the glass now carefully. Take all right, and then
Is he
like
teaching you
and
how to
kind
make
of hold
love?
it in
Is
your
this-
mouth. Yeah, practically,
What's
it's
he
what it
teaching
seems
Your
like.
dad's like a very proper British guy.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, and I'm like, I was all right, thanks. He's like, well, I tried.
Jeez, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so
Well, that was like what Christian
Maybe
does
that's why you don't
IRL.
drink alcohol. It sounds way too complicated the way he described it.
So I have never been in a state besides, like, I guess, during like a surgery that I haven't been fully cognizant. Never
Yeah.
never
You've
been
never had surgery?
never done drugs, never drank.
Yeah, same.
The only time it would be is surgery if I went under.
Oh, so you've never
Or-
had surgery then?
No, I have. I've had surgery.
On what?
He's saying that's the
Oh, on
most
your
Yeah,
he's
left
that's,
knee,
ever.
that's the
right?
saying the only time. Yeah.
That's the most he's ever had not control of his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Have you-
like obviously.
Oh, but
wisdom
you've
teeth.
had surgery, yeah.
Wait, what? What happened? What?
Have you had surgery? You had surgery, right?
Have you broken a bone?
Yeah. Well, okay, I've never actually broken a bone,
Same.
but when I was a
I've never had
kid,
either. I broke my toe once.
Wait,
but
none of us have broken a bone.
oh, I did.
No,
No,
I
it's okay.
broke-
So I didn't.
I
I,
got
didn't
my-
break a bone, but I did have a steel door fall on me when I was a kid.
A steel
That's
door?
hardcore.
On the top of my head, so I had to get stitches.
You know what? That
all
explains
along
a lot of
the
things.
top of my head, right? Oh, come on, man! I'm not that messed up. The most I ever had happen to me was a steel door fell onto my head, and I had to go to the hospital and get stitches all.
What do you mean? It
along
like
the top of
fell
my
off
head.
How many
the hinges?
stitches?
Yeah.
Just
I don't know how many stitches, just a ton of stitches. But you can still see like the scar because your body
That's
grows when you get
hardcore.
older. So you can still see like the scar like on the top right of my head, like
Oh,
coming out of my
damn.
hair. It's dope.
it's
You
How
can
did
be
it fall
pretty
on you?
gnarly.
Were you like pulling on it too hard or something? Like you're the Hulk
Yes,
and just
I
ripped
was
it off
pulling
the
on it.
hinges?
I was hanging off the door.
Oh,
like
so
a
you're
monkey.
asking for it. You
Yeah.
were
Yeah, so
asking for
I
it.
was asking for it. I was doing like
How
I
old
was
were
like
you?
some like
Oh, he's
8
like,
or
oh,
something.
19?
I was like 8.
Yeah, this
I
is
was-
about a few months ago.
This is actually last year. Yeah. No, I was doing like I was a big fan of like Curious George when I was a kid, so I'd always like act like a monkey. So I'd like be hanging around on the door. This was probably when I was like 7, actually 6 or 7, hanging around on the door, climbing on the door like I'm a stupid monkey, and then the door falls on me, and now I'm stupid.
Did you
Now
cry?
you truly are a boosted monkey.
Did
I
you
really
cry?
am a boosted monkey. I probably. Yeah, I was like.
You're so
7
soft.
old. Of course
You're so
I did.
weak.
Wuss.
God, 7. Door falls on you, cry.
I just nearly cracked my head.
I was
over, no
eating
big
nails
deal.
at the age of 6, bro.
That's like
I'm going to
scarred.
salty Splatoon. What are you having?
I
A
will-
steel fucking door on my head. That's what I'm having.
That's pretty hardcore. But did you cry? Yeah. Oh, that's no.
I did cry. I
Probably cried for
cried
20
like a little baby.
minutes.
I remember when I was a little kid, I used to always think like, yeah, like scabs or scars. Oh, so cool.
All right, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I like to pick at scabs. I know it's bad and it leads to more scarring, but I do it.
Where did
I
this
did
come
it
from? Where
as,
did-
as a little kid. I did because I knew
Well, no,
my mom.
because he
No,
said
my mom would
scabs,
be
and I
like,
said, you know what, it's time to come clean.
my mom would be like, "Don't do that; it'll scar." And I was like, "Oh, sick! Like scars. Oh, I look so."
I just
Then
thought
you,
it
get,
felt
then you
weird.
get older, and it's not cool scars. It's like, why is your skin discolored scars?
Yeah, I have
'Cause I'm
2 scars on
hard.
my. I have like one really gross scar that looks like a bubble on my foot. Because when I was a
Ugh.
kid, yeah, I was
I
like,
can imagine that.
I was like 5. I was like 5, and I was like riding my little tricycle, and my sister, who's like 9 or 8, but she had to been pushing a $180 here, man. She's like a little middle linebacker, bro. She's a big lady. And bro, then like I'll never forget, dude. This brown Cadillac is coming down the street. And like everyone's like, car, CAR, wanna get hit, stay where you are. And my sister just comes out of nowhere, dude. Blindsides me, bro. Like hit me so hard. And I'm wearing like I had these Power Ranger flip flops or something. I forget what kind of they were.
Wait, so she actually hit you with a car?
No, not with a car. She was like
Oh.
running out of the way. She's like 8, bro. She's
Oh,
like on
yeah,
her
I
feet.
was
She's like
like,
in the
wait a
middle of the
minute.
road. And I'm like on my
Jesus,
tricycle, la da 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 da.
Oh,
Your
I
sister was a
thought this was a
jerk.
car. It's like Jesus,
Bro, and my sister comes out of nowhere and slams into me, bro.
Man,
Just
she beat your
clubs
ass.
me, bro. Like
Jeez.
Ray Lewis, like coming in hot, and cut my foot open. I like landed like a bunch of rocks, dude, and a rock had like cut my foot, like daggered into my foot.
Dude.
And I'm like,
sounds
ah!
awful.
I'm crying. My sister's like, stop, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, shut up. And then so I'm like crying. My mom drags me in. My mom's like, John, like we need to get him to the hospital and get stitches. He goes, oh, I'll put a Band-Aid on him.
All right.
I'm like,
So I'm guessing you got the Band-Aid
I
put
had
on you.
a giant hole in my foot, bleeding terribly, and my dad says, get a Band-Aid.
Walk it
And
off.
so I got a Band-Aid for it, dude, and now I have this gross looking scar on my foot because I never had it
At least
like
it's on your foot.
properly treated.
Yeah, it's not where people can like actually see it. It's not that bad.
Let me look at it right now.
Oh jeez,
God,
like,
dude, it's weird. It looks like I'm like a burn victim for like 3 like little seconds there. It's weird. It hurts too. I haven't touched it in a while, and I have a hairy foot too. Ew.
so
just
wait,
not talk about my foot.
this stemmed out of what do we do outside of YouTube and
Yeah, I
Twitch?
don't know. Okay. Well,
So where do we?
this is supposed
So
to be.
what was the answer?
This is mainly a gaming podcast. We talked about Destiny for about 10 minutes.
Well,
Let's.
it's all about life experiences.
life
So
experiences.
fruits.
Well,
What do you partake in when you're not at YouTube? What do you?
well, my
Well,
little,
no, that's how we got into this. We
yeah,
still
I'll,
haven't talked
I'll
about
I
it.
know.
anecdote.
We haven't
though,
gotten to it.
When I sent my brother to the hospital, so there was one
brother?
month.
Jeez, what the?
Yeah, my younger brother, in 1 month once had been sent to the hospital 4 times for like, one was like a broken pinky, the other one he split his head open, his skull open.
Oh my
Um,
god!
What is he
Ano-
doing?
It's just random things. There was one other one, but the 4th time was my bad. We were in the backyard, 1v1 football, you know what I'm saying? It's me and him.
1v1 me.
We were, what was I, like 5th grade maybe? So he was 4th or 3rd? 4th. And we're sitting there playing football. And these girls on the green belt, which is just, so we have a backyard and then it faces like a walkway for the neighborhood.
Yeah,
And
that trail.
yeah, these girls that we knew were walking by. And so Ethan and I were playing and he was getting ready to like punt it to me. And then these girls come by and so he stops and he starts talking with these girls. I was like, Ethan, we're playing. Like, stop. Like, come on, bro.
Enough with the ladies,
Yeah,
man.
like, come on. And so he won't listen. He just keeps talking. I was like, all right, I'll get his attention. So I pick up a rock.
No way,
Oh my
bro.
god!
I'm telling you, I don't know why I didn't play quarterback more, okay? I'm talking distance, maybe 30 feet at least, okay? And I just, one rock, one and done. I take it, I throw it right on his temple.
Big temple.
Yep.
Oh,
Temple, he's on the ground like,
dude.
ah! And I'm like,
I'm
So I run up. I'm
trouble.
like, "Mom, it wasn't me. Mom, it wasn't me. Mom, it wasn't." See, she didn't know it was me until a few weeks ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh
like,
my God.
he kept telling her like Christian threw. Like, I was like, it was an accident. I was bored and he was talking, so I was just throwing him for fun. Obviously, I was totally aiming for him.
But
And yeah, he's like, I can't
just
hear.
domed him?
So like, I guess like his ears were ringing and stuff.
His first headshot. No wonder he's good at games
Yeah, and so
now.
and my mom was bawling because this was I think the 4th time she had to go to the hospital, because when she went, child services interviewed her. And she's like, they're gonna take him away, because it's been so many times. Because like he was in the hospital, or a hospital, all these different things going on, and yeah, so.
Oh man, that's so funny,
Dude, that's messed up.
I mean, I feel bad, obviously, but no, as soon as he
he's
fell,
fine.
I was
He's
like,
fine now.
You probably
my
feel
initial
even
reaction
worse.
was like, I'm going to die. Like, my
oh,
parents are
I
going
could
to
only
kill me.
imagine that pit feeling you had in your
Yeah.
stomach when you saw him go down.
Oh yeah.
I bet you
But,
were
I
thinking,
mean, it
like, I'm
was-
not actually gonna hit him.
Well,
Did you
didn't
throw it with
I
all your
didn't think
might?
I would. I just threw it. Yeah, like get near him, like scare him, and just
Oh, just domed him, bro.
Jeez,
Headshot.
you're vicious. Jesus.
Yeah, my
That's fate called your bluff, and
bro, you don't like growing up with all my brothers. There's one point where my older brother had to pull him off because my younger brother was almost choked me out. We were playing football again. Most things came from football. We were doing something, and he used to have a really bad anger management. Like, I'm talking like Hulk episodes, and so he'd just get super mad, and I thought it was just super funny. And he ran at me and tackled me because the thing is
Little
too.
bro, I get it.
I've always been bigger. I've always been stronger. Even then, I was bigger and stronger. But he just knocked me over. But like full force, like all of his body weight, he had like he genuinely looked like he wanted to kill me, and he just had me in a chokehold. And I just didn't know what to do. I probably could have gotten him off, but I was just so shocked. So I was like, what? Like he was choking me out. And then my brother had to take him off.
See, I was never able to fight my little brother because I just was able to beat him up way too easily. Like, he couldn't come near me, man.
I would
Like,
tell him, I'm like, you gotta stop or I'm gonna hurt you. And so then he comes at me and I punch him once and he starts crying. I was like, I told you.
I told you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you're asking for it.
But my brother is like way bigger and taller than I am. I was just like more athletic and like quicker than he was, so I would like punch him and then just run away, like so he could never like catch me. So
Okay.
it's kind of the opposite role.
So that was okay. Let's refocus here. Rob had mentioned you wanted to talk and touch briefly on the new No Man's Sky update.
Yeah, well, I heard they updated it. I haven't
Atlas
heard
update.
anything of it, and I never played it because everyone said it was so bad.
Yeah, so my impressions of it are that it had no content, and like the stuff they said was going to be in the game was never actually in it.
It
Like
looked
they were
bad.
like, oh yeah, do some like co-op, and then like co-op doesn't exist. And then what else did I? Because I had only played it like a very small amount, and I totally lost interest because everyone was like, "No, this game's terrible. Don't play it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I got it for free. No big deal." So I stopped playing it. But what else? I mean, there's a lot of stuff wrong with it that a lot of people just were like, "This game's trash."
Well, I
or-
didn't buy it because I didn't believe into the hype. I was like, this game is not going to work. And then I was like, well, I'll just wait for everybody else to buy it. And then I'll
Yeah.
watch them and see what they think. And then as soon as like I heard, like when you beat the game, spoiler alert if you're a big No Man's Sky and thinking about playing it.
That's not exactly the biggest spoiler.
Well, yeah, you like, what does it do, Christian? Like it unlocks the other universe?
Yeah, it pretty much just you get thrown into another galaxy or whatever. You start at the outskirts again, and then you can work your way back to the center of the universe. That's it. It's like prestiging.
Now, and then like you would in the main game to advance, you'd have to get like resources like off other planets or something.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, okay, so I played it. I did a lot of video. Well, not a lot. I think I did like 8 or 9. And to be fair, the videos I did do, I was having fun, but I stopped because then I stopped having fun. So the initial part, like the exploration, everything, the problem was everybody, like you said, bought too much into the hype. I tried to manage expectations. And if you enjoyed the game for what it was, which was a really chill, like non-super, sophisticated game, and you can just kind of, explore, do this at your own pace, pick it up for a little while, do this, do that. It was fun. But yeah, it just got too repetitive. My biggest problem was they talked about so much like procedurally generated, blah blah blah. But when you only have like 4 animal body parts and you just mix them all together, and then there's only so many different animals you can see, and there's like the biomes aren't very different, and blah 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 blah. Exploring didn't feel that rewarding after a while because you're like, okay, this is just more of the same. But with the Atlas update, which they just released, and now there's a whole bunch of people, and now it has like overwhelmingly positive reviews. I think it's because they pretty much just made the game that they advertised. Graphics are enhanced. I know that. Ever since then too, there's now base building. They added in base building, different resource stuff like that, so you can like have a house. They enhanced space combat. They did like quests now with NPCs you can do, and something else with like trading. You can now fly lower on the ground with your ship. There's new biomes, new this, new that. I think they'd said something in the trailer where it's either is now or soon where you're going to actually be able to play with people.
So you still can't do that? I thought that was like part of like the...
It might be part of the update, but I don't want to say yes or no because I'm not sure.
That was one of the reasons why I'd first kind of been interested in it, because like, oh yeah, you could like go explore like the universe with your friends. But then it turned out like a couple of weeks before the game launched, it was like, yeah, there's not going to be any co-op. So I was like, well, my hype has died significantly now.
It was an ambitious game.
Very ambitious. I mean, yeah, it looked very ambitious from what they showed. Like they even like led with that game, or did they finish it? They finished with that game for like PlayStation's one of their E3s. Like that was the final game they showed.
Well,
so
they
were
showed
really
what,
confident.
E3 2014.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
they were so confident.
Because if they showed what we had seen, which was really diverse biomes, a lot of different animals per planet, but of course they're pretty much like, all right, throw everything we can into this one little thing on this one little planet.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, you gotta take E3 with a grain of salt.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
E3 's
never
always.
ever gonna look like that ever.
So apparently people are enjoying it now. I think now it's off
Are you
sale.
gonna go back and try it?
Yeah. Actually, if you're watching the podcast as this goes up on my YouTube channel, the next video will be No Man's Sky. So
Oh well, there you go.
I haven't
You have that to
recorded
look
it
there
yet.
forward
you
to,
go,
folks.
YouTube. There you go.
I can't say my thoughts yet because I haven't played the update, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But he's got it scheduled, got on his list.
But
Behind the scenes YouTuber.
speaking of games that have either died or are going to die, hero shooters. Wanted to touch on this because Lawbreakers had just come out, and we'd played like Gigantic, and then there's hero shooters have come, hero shooters have gone. For some reason, Overwatch has been the one, which I say it like I'm surprised. Blizzard knows what they're doing. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And
Just to yeah,
it's just every game I love usually goes to D.
yeah. I made this joke with you like a couple days ago because you made the joke, and it's like you loved Battleborn.
It
I was
does.
like, yeah, that game feels really bad. Lawbreakers
I like it.
isn't exactly like the most popular game,
Well-
so that's kind of like another feels
Well,
bad.
let's put it in
And then-
perspective. Battleborn was considered dead on release, and then slowly whimpered out. Lawbreakers on launch, I think, had 25% of the sales or something Battleborn did.
Do we
So
have
if
like the numbers that
Battleborn
Battleborn
didn't-
had?
Battleborn, day one, something like 14,000 peak, and
Okay.
Lawbreakers was like 3,000.
yeah, Battleborn still had a pretty good amount of sales, so they still like
Yeah.
got
I'm
it.
gonna be
with-
honest, I haven't played a
enough.
thing of Lawbreakers.
But yeah, Lawbreakers.
fun.
The problem with Lawbreakers is like, I don't know, like Titanfall 2 came out the year before, and I was like, I kind of already got my fix with, because Titanfall 2 was so good, so it just made me like less
true.
interested
Was
in
it, though?
Lawbreakers.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 was amazing, dude. I love Titanfall 2.
I haven't played a game of Titanfall.
Which-
I tried to play
okay,
a game
so-
of it, couldn't load into the map, and I said, whatever.
This is interesting because I always thought too. I was like, why would EA be so dumb to release Titanfall 2 in the window that they did, which was like either right before or right after Battlefield 1, which is another EA
was-
title, and then right in between Call of Duty, right before, I think.
It was like a week after Battlefield 1.
Yeah, it was like a week after Battlefield, but a week before Call of Duty.
Yeah, so it made no sense.
Yeah.
I honestly think Titanfall 2, even though Titanfall 2 was like put in between like two like juggernauts, it still did
Pretty
much
well.
better than like Battleborn or Lawbreakers, which was cool. And it still has a pretty good player base on like the console side.
Yeah,
On
PC was
it's
kinda
always
dead
been
always.
kind of dead, but But I mean, Titanfall 2 did pretty good for what it was, and it was another part that did make me kind of upset too, because it's like Titanfall 2 was so good, and kind of the same way how you felt, where it's like, man, like I really like Battleborn, or like I really like Lawbreakers, and these are games that like we really, really, really do like, because I love Titanfall 2.
Kind of like Paragon Blue.
Well, Paragon's still getting updated. Like I know that's still in beta.
Yeah, plus
What does
Paragon hasn't
Paragon
officially
max
released.
out at?
Well, Paragon hasn't officially even launched yet, because they
Oh,
haven't
really?
even marketed the
Does
game.
Paragon even show numbers? Is there any way to even tell?
I don't think they do. I don't know. I know at one point Paragon had like a ridiculous
Wait, so
amount of
Paragon
players.
isn't even like I thought they had like an ad out for it and stuff like that. Paragon.
They had
Well-
an advertisement out for it when open beta launched, and they kind of pushed that a little bit, but they've never actually like put marketing into the game.
Okay, but before I forget, and we go on tangent, the thing about the Titanfall 2 release window was I blamed EA. I was like, you're killing the game from the start. Why would you do that? Well, from inside source of the gaming industry, which I won't say because I don't know if I should say anything, but he hinted that it wasn't EA, that perhaps the studio wanted to try and beat Call of Duty. So what he was trying to say was Respawn purposefully released the game where they did.
Come on, Respawn,
Yeah.
dog. Like, come on.
Like, they
like,
maybe
it still
got
has
too
a pretty
prideful.
hardcore. It still has a hardcore community of people that like go back to it, but it's like there's just it's become hard because you do have stuff like Overwatch and Call of Duty and Battlefield that they take up all the attention of the genre. Like Overwatch made like these class-based arena shooters. Like it kind of brought back that concept, kind of like what Team Fortress 2 did like 10 years ago. So now people are trying to like bring it back and do it, but it's like Overwatch is like, there's no room for you. Here's Summer Games event.
Well,
Suck
there's
it.
there's this weird like stigma that like Overwatch did it. Like they're
Oh,
they're just
my God.
copying.
Oh,
they're just
100%,
copying
yeah.
this. They're just copying that. And there's this weird stigma that's like
You're about
out there
to
right
awaken
now.
a beast, Rob. You better be careful.
But I'm serious. But like that's like a really big
I
problem.
know. I
Like,
got a
with a lot of
soapbox.
gamers that they just like want to box themselves in like this weird like nothing
Yeah.
new. Like
And the
it's
thing
all
is, it just
copying
hurts
each other.
everyone else. It just hurts
Yeah,
every game.
exactly. It
And-
hurts
There's
every
a lot
game.
of-
I'm
Yeah,
worried
Overwatch
that if
borrows
hero
so much
shooters
stuff.
keep performing like this, then less people are going to want to get into this genre, and then slowly the genre is going to die. I love hero shooters
I love hero shooters too.
because
And that's kind of
for me, I think I'd mentioned this to Rob a little while ago. So like hero shooters is kind of an iteration on what we know as just a normal FPS. Because like Blue said, TF2 was fun. I still think Lawbreakers is a little different because you still have the whole
I've
ability
never played
system.
TF2.
I meant Titanfall 2. I just referred to TF2. So I meant Titanfall, not Team Fortress.
I meant Team Fortress, and as well, even then, it's like hero shooters have been around for a really long time.
Yeah,
and
it's not
Overwatch
new.
just happens. It does trigger me. It does like legit trigger me really hard when people are like, "Oh, dude, like it's just copying Overwatch." Like, "Oh, dude, Overwatch did this first," and it's like, "But hero shooters have existed since
Yeah.
like the '90s."
You
Dog.
could even
Like,
show
come
someone
on.
like proof that a concept like that existed, and be like, "Nope, not possible."
Overwatch is great, yeah, but I mean, like, there's got to be more room. Like, people legit will just quit on games because it's like, oh, look like Overwatch.
Yeah.
And it sounds dumb, but like, a lot of people will legit quit on a game because of that. Like, they look at it and they're like, not interested. I'd just go back to Overwatch.
Because
That sucks.
I know the thing is I like hero shooters so much too is because I started playing so many default FPSs like Halo. I mean default in the way that like the core mechanic is just shooting. It's
more
just
straightforward.
FPS, yeah. And so you had Halo, you had like Call of Duty and stuff like previously. I'm talking like, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, World at War when it was still just FPS. And like I mentioned, I told this to Rob. I think if Halo 3 released today for the first time, I don't think it would be nearly as popular. I don't think it would have as much of an impact as it did, 10 years ago?
No, people
'Cause-
would think it's way too slow.
Yeah, the whole
Like,
the whole platform and genre of games is changing. And so
yeah.
hero shooters to me just feels like the almost obvious choice to like expand onto that FPS to keep things still fresh, but you still have the shooter aspect. But that's why like even though I was against it at the time, like Halo Reach was adding the armor abilities, they added sprint, they added all this stuff, and I was like, change. And well, to be fair, my biggest problem was Bloom. I still think that was a stupid idea.
Well, yeah, that is a faulty mechanic.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have disliked the game so much if Bloom weren't in it at the start. I know they did the title update and took it away later, but it made the whole entire premise of Halo go away. The whole point was, be super accurate, get a 4-shot. Well, then it was a DMR, a 5-shot. Okay, well, now my 5-shot's kind of rando, and it slows down time to kill. Anyway, that's not the point. Point being is that games have evolved, and so some people don't realize, like, nostalgia-wise, I understand I loved Halo 3, but I don't think I would like Halo 3 today as much as I did 10 years ago.
There's so much more to games now, especially in like even like a default shooter, like a quote unquote default shooter. Like I know people hated on Call of Duty for like having like these jetpacks and stuff, but like the reality was like if they hadn't done stuff like that, then the franchise probably would have died like
I wouldn't have
because
been,
it's still new.
Yeah, I wouldn't be excited for Call of Duty World War II if this was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. 4 years ago, people were complaining.
Yeah, we were
like,
complaining
more
about
boots
it.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, same stuff. Like, it's same multiplayer. And then they introduced jetpacks. They get hate, but it's like, people got interested in it again, didn't they? Yeah. They're like, oh, shit, like, more mobility? Like, dope. But now people are excited for World War II, even though, like, 5 years ago, people would have been like, oh, World War II already been done, bro.
It's already been done. And now I'm like, give it to me.
I need it.
I need it. But I noticed that too, even when we play, Rob and I play Halo Online, which we just found out, which is the El Dorito thing.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's sweet, but even now I notice, like, I've almost been spoiled. Like, when I'm shooting someone, I think I mentioned it to Rob, it's like, it's so weird to not either have an audible sound or like a hit marker. Because, like, you don't know for sure if you're actually hitting shots.
Yeah, because stuff has just changed
it's
so
just
much.
stuff, like, little things like that make games so much different. Plus, nowadays with everybody, how they have all their unlocks and loot drops and stuff, like Halo
There's
3
progression.
you had
a level level and a little icon.
a rank, if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, in between games there was nothing you could there was like 6 different armor sets or something like that you could get, and they're all from like different achievements, but like that was it. There was nothing
So
like that.
that's actually interesting because it reminds me a lot of the problem Destiny had, because the core gameplay is dope. Like the core concept, the core like gunplay, the movement, it's all dope. That's why we like it so much. But the reason why we all get so burnt out so fast is because there's no real progression there.
Well,
and we have so much progression now, especially in Overwatch. Like there's always something to work toward in Overwatch.
I mean, you have to like remember, like when Destiny 1 came out, the guns were just reskins of each other. Like there was no different from like a legendary gun looking
100%.
to like a rare one. They all looked exactly the same too. So it wasn't even like you were getting anything crazy. So it always just needed like more content like that to be what it should have been, which is what Destiny 2 will probably be, hopefully.
Yeah, I guess that's why. I mean, Fruit's right. Like you feel spoiled because there's so much more detail and content in shooters, even shooters that probably suck. Like even those have like these quality of life things.
But there's beauty in that like simplicity that like 6 years ago, like whenever Halo 3 was out. Like that's all we needed.
Didn't need more.
Like that was plenty. Like you never complained about
like they gave you just the right amount. That's why I think it's just overexposure. There's so many games out now. We have access to so many games. I think it's just like
exactly, and so many different kinds of games, and everyone's just trying to like get one of the kind of genre in there.
Because like I even know, because usually for me too, I only like playing a game if there's something to chase. Like I have an end goal, which is why I'm always still so surprised I could just grind away Halo 3 without any care. But like Black Ops,
good, dude.
Good. Well, that's the other thing too. The whole reason I started playing League of Legends, and it's now my most played game, is because I sucked. I was awful at that game, and I quit it momentarily because I was like, "This is stupid. I'm so bad. It doesn't make any sense." I tried it again, and I just there was one game I got like one cool kill, and just that little taste. I was like,
what you could be.
Yeah. And that's the reason I played so much, because I wanted...
Keep kicking the Rocky music.
My drive there was to get better. And so, way back in the day, I could notice it even in the original Black Ops. For me, it was like, oh, I want a prestige. So I found a way to prestige. I was prestiging every Friday. I had a system.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember, like, I was like, one weekend you were, like, first prestige, and then the next you were, like, 8 or something.
Every week, I had, like, a 6-day system where I could prestige every 6 days. And so in a little over like 2 months, I hit 15th max. And then I was like, I just didn't really play it anymore because I just didn't know what to do. I had every golden weapon. I had max prestige. I had everything. I was like,
that's when we like traded for that MLG controller.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what the deal of that trade was.
I don't even remember.
See, I think what you're saying is also kind of, it's not in every game for me. Like, skill gap gets me addicted to some games. Like, that's the reason why I play so much Paragon. Like, I like knowing how skilled I am, but I also want to get better. And that's what I felt in Destiny 2 when I was playing it. Like I really want to be better at this game. Whereas in Destiny 1, like, after the first year, I was like I don't fucking care about being good at this game anymore. So, yeah, that what Rob said, like, there's beauty in simplicity. It's if a game's core gameplay is addictive enough to make you want to get good, then that's a whole other thing that is important to a game.
Because I guess there's also a caveat to that. No matter how fun it is, or no matter how much I drive, blah, 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 a big part of it to me is always player base. I like knowing that, you know, if I'm investing in this, it's not just going to die. So that's why it always hurts to, like, invest in all these hero shooters that keep coming out. And why I'm so hesitant now is because there's never a big pool. And then on top of that, everyone makes the comparisons to X or Y, which then hurts the game more. And then people see the game already has low numbers, which then sways even more people to not even try it, and then it's just like, so for me too, it's also player base.
Then you know you're in like a limited pool of people, and
know
it's less fun.
Like, I look on Lawbreakers right now, it's like it's already like 1,000 online. I'm like, you see, it's not.
But like I'm that kind of person who sees those numbers and goes, well, I'm not even going to try it, and because I do look at that and I do that.
Well, I can't blame you for it either.
Yeah, well,
it's like
I
the
look
sense
at
of
that
community.
No. Like,
it's like if you know no one's playing it, then it's like, okay, well, you know, I'm not going to see.
Like, yeah, why do I want to waste my time into like investing in that if you know it's not going to like go?
If this community is just going to get smaller and smaller, like, why do I want to like be in it?
Like, why do I want to? Yeah, it's just it just doesn't make.
That was sense. When Blue tried at the release, like, hey, come play Titanfall 2 on PC, and I'm like, bruh. PS4 already has like 10 times the numbers. I was like, I'll sit over here, and then sure enough. If I'd stayed on there for like a month more, it was already at like hundreds, lower than that or something like that.
Yeah, like at peak times, PC would have like 10,000. But yeah, I mean, like on average, it probably has like, well, now it probably has like average like.
What
1,000,
is your favorite game
2,000.
like right now?
What is
League?
That's a hard question.
I'm back into that League grind, baby.
I'm trying to get into League with you, man, because I've gotten so much into Paragon. But
this is where you should put League gameplay.
Yes.
Just throw it in.
Challenger gameplay from Mr. Fruit.
Well,
like I want to get good at League, dude, but I feel like the skill gap is just so far.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It takes
so long to learn. Like when I learned with you, Christian, like I had to put in like 2 days aside to like learn it.
Well, I remember when I first started. I mean, I went all in. Like, if I wasn't playing a game, I was watching like tutorials. I was looking up builds. I was looking up guides. I was trying to understand how the whole game worked. Like every small part of the meta game, every little micro action, every macro action. I mean, there's a lot to it, and that's also why I like MOBA so much.
It's very daunting, dude. It's very like scary.
It is daunting, but that's I don't know. That's kind of why I liked it.
That's kind of why.
But that's exactly. There's like reasons to like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everyone. Well, not everyone. Some people want to be able to just pick something up and not be like, oh Jesus, there's like 138 characters to learn.
Have you played League, Blue?
My problem with League is not that it's bad, because it's an awesome game. It's just like, because I've already gone through like what you're going through with, like you went through like the whole like grind with League, where it's like learning the meta game, learning all the ins and outs, like learning how to build right for every character. It's like I do that on Paragon right now, and it's like I don't know if I'm ready to learn all of that in League, because I understand like the economy system and like jungle and like roles and like what each hero is supposed to do, but it's like getting the skill to actually do it is like a whole different thing.
I mean, in scope, doing it for Paragon is probably like a tenth, if not more, of what it would be for League, which is why it is so daunting. Which is why, like, if you'd started League and then gone Paragon, would have been super easy. You'd be like, oh, there's only so much. How long has
League been out now?
Out of beta, 7 years, I think.
7 years.
Yeah, still over 100 million monthly.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy. The numbers League get is that the highest played game in the world?
Oh yeah.
It's definitely the most popular right now. I mean,
so like if we went into battle against an alien planet and they wanted to play like electronic video game, League would be our choice.
Yeah.
So maybe not like in the United States, but if you look on the international level,
that's
like,
no. But I'm saying the world. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
the world. Like League would.
I don't actually know
be the most popular.
what the numbers for USA would be. I imagine it's still League.
Still one of the highest.
I mean, what would you think would beat it, Blue?
PUBG.
I would say. Well, I would
PUBG?
say
No. Dota.
Oh,
not
yeah,
PUBG.
dude. for
Dota
sure,
has
so
more
many
than
people-
PUBG. CS:GO
think
has more
so?
than PUBG. Yeah, we can see the stats. If it's
Well,
a
that's
Steam
just
game, we
Twitch.
can see the stats.
I would say-
no.
I would
Look, I'll
say-
tell you how many people are on right now, and how many
I
have
would
peaked in the
say-
past month.
I would say as far as like popularity goes, like if we go to like concurrent, like
And
player
dude,
base,
I would still say PUBG.
Okay,
I
so
would say League still.
yeah, just so you can
No.
see in a servers the past month, PUBG has hit 613,000 peak.
Damn,
Dota
that's
2
so
alone
many
has hit
people.
876,000. And we know
Oh,
for a
damn.
fact, League is way bigger than Dota 2.
League is, League's definitely got a bigger player base than Dota, but I mean,
I still think League
it's
beats
just
probably almost any game in every country. There might
If
be
you
a
were to look
few
at, like, the-
smaller ones that like CS:GO or
Or like that
Something.
weird shooter you were playing. What is
well,
that? That
Crossfire, but that's in China. But the thing too is League is huge in China too. Of those 100 million monthly, something like 80% of that's China. 60, 70, something like that. Something crazy.
I've never played CS:GO.
I suck.
well, don't worry about it because that game is. If you're not into it by now, like, I wouldn't even. Try.
I'm just so interested how it ever like. It's one of those games where it started off not very big, and then something somewhere, for some reason, it just
Yeah, because it's like the only esport that's like on TV, right? Like with
yeah. Because if
they
you
had like a spike thing on it or something.
you look
Yeah.
at the numbers, I'm not entirely sure when it released. If this is true, then it released August 2012. That might not be right, but like the first month of release, peak players was 52. It went down to 30, 20, 50, 20, 30s. It was in the 30s for months. 40s, 96, 100,000, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Just. And that averages
Yeah.
about 400,000 a month.
It's pretty nutty. I think esports in general just became such a much bigger thing over the past couple years. That's probably another reason. Because CS:GO and this Counter-Strike series in general has always been based around competition. And
Well-
esports has just blown up like
Well, here's something
exponentially
weird.
over the past couple
I'll
of years.
watch League of Legends esports, even though I have no idea what's going on 90% of the time.
It's
I
hype,
watch it
dude.
because it's hype,
Yeah.
dude.
It's
and
hype
it looks
as
sweet.
fuck.
Well, okay, so this is actually something I want to talk about was like what would be the next big esports, because in my mind there will never be a game. I mean, I can't say never obviously because who knows what'll happen, but it feels like MOBAs, especially like overhead MOBAs like Dota and League, they are made for esports. They are
Yeah,
the
MOBAs are
perfect
always-
spectating sport.
MOBAs I
Absolutely.
think are always going to be the most popular because they're if you know how to play the game, it's a
And it's
lot
very
easier to
skill-based.
follow.
Yeah,
Extreme- well,
it's
yeah,
very
and
tell that was so, like, especially if you know the game or the nuances, you can inherently just watch and be like, wow. Especially the more you know too is the more you can appreciate it, which is cool.
Well, it's like what I can kind of compare it to. It's like golf. It's like there's the fine line between a pro player and like an amateur is a very fine line, but it's those
Right.
little things that like they have that you don't. That
yeah,
make
it's
them like,
dodging
it's
the
like,
skill
whoa.
shot or knowing the
Yeah,
cooldown or
Yeah,
all
so
this
like
kind
you
of
watch
stuff.
Phil Mickelson like swing, like you're like, what the hell is that? Like, that was
MOBAs
sick.
are all about like picking like the difference between the pro and the regular is like knowing when to be at the right place at the right time. So when people make those at the right place, right time plays, it's like, oh,
yeah.
oh
you know,
my
you
god,
know they're pro when they make it look easy.
yeah.
That's when you
Exactly.
can be like, wow.
It's like,
Or
it looks
you
like
look at
anyone could
me
do it.
and you just hear the esports guy going crazy, and you just go,
Oh my
whoa,
god,
that was sick.
Faker,
Yeah,
son,
it's like it's oh my god, he's going over there. Like, wait, do it again, please.
Faker, son.
Because like even as someone who has played Overwatch a butt ton, I find it
It's
hard
hard
to
to
watch.
follow,
yeah,
man.
I find it hard to watch esports because FPS is especially a game like that where
Any other esport that's not a MOBA? You mean like?
well, for the most part, yeah, but like especially like FPS is like Overwatch and stuff. Because I mean, you and I used to watch Halo esports, and I still think that was a little easier to follow. It's just because Overwatch has so many people, and there's such big fights, usually scattered all the time, and so much is happening on screen.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to follow.
I think that's why Counter-Strike is also so popular, is because Counter-Strike is a much slower shooter.
round-based, whole thing.
Yeah, Overwatch is hard for me to watch. Like
I don't watch Overwatch.
I try to watch it, but it's just so hard to follow because you can miss so much. Like you need multiple cameramen.
You want to know what esport I do watch a lot of, and I don't know why.
Hearthstone.
Yes.
I was gonna say Hearthstone.
We know why you watch Hearthstone.
I watch a lot of Hearthstone.
I watch
esports,
it too,
man.
I watch Northstone.
Sports are huge, man. My friend watches.
I don't know why
Dota
though.
2
Like
so
I don't
much.
know why I love that game so much, man. I don't get it.
Card games,
has
dude.
me hooked.
It puts like so the reason I've never gotten into it because I know I'm gonna get sucked in, but it's like when you're a kid, like you fucking love collecting cards and playing them with your friends. Like this is like the card game for adults, dude. Like, and you don't even need to like go out and buy cards and be scared of looking weird because it's like all in your hand digitally. It's like right there.
And like that's what I know. Like I have to pay to be good at this, and like I still do it, dude. It has me hooked. It sucks.
Well, no. The thing is, technically, you don't have to pay to be good. It's just you're gonna reach a point where you're not gonna be able to win.
Yeah, exactly. And that is just the tiltingest.
Yeah, like you could still have the best playmaking decisions, but it just comes to a point where, at a certain point, your cards are only
like
going to be so
our
good.
game.
Yeah,
which was insane.
yeah. You have the Lich King, or you get stupid draws. Like there's only so much you can do. Because even when I played the Pokemon card game competitively, it's the same thing. Like some games you just drew better. Some games like there's nothing you can do. Some games you get lucky, and then some games are decided purely by how skillful the match is. But that's the thing about card games.
How many of those games are outweighed by the RNG based ones?
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of like the same principle in like Overwatch and League competitive. People make the thing there's like I forget the exact percentage, but there's 40% of games you're just gonna lose. There's nothing you can do. There's 40% of games that you're just going to win. You could do nothing. Your team's going to win. Then there's that 20% of games where your performance can dictate that game. And that's the 20% you have to worry about. And it's the same case in a card game. The percentages, might be different. But there's a point where, like, you got to understand some games you couldn't do anything. Some games, you know what? You drew like a guy. Yeah. Some games, it just luck was on your side. And then the other games are when your skill come into play.
And unfortunately,
and it all averages around 50%.
Add that together, and you get 62%. Where's the other 38? I don't know.
Nobody really knows. Nobody will ever know, actually.
So, what's the highest have you gotten in League yet? Like, are you like really good again?
I just got back to gold, so I could get my Victorious skin.
Oh.
Because at the end of every season, if you're gold or higher, you get a skin that you can only get from that season if you were gold or up.
See, dude, that's what I really would love to have in Destiny.
Yeah, that's why I grind so much too.
Yeah, dude, it's like if there was like, but then you'd have those casual people out there, I think, who would bitch about it and be like,
well, then either get better or just.
That's what I'm saying, dude, and that's what we need. Like, I want like that kind of thing.
Enough hand holding.
Like, how do
Not everyone needs to get a medal.
Yeah, nobody complains that they don't get like those animated top 500.
Dude, but you know for a fact,
if
Bungie said like we're releasing a top 500 emblem for whoever gets in trials, Reddit
people
would be in a firestorm, dude.
Like,
oh my god.
But games like that aren't going to succeed if there's not like something to keep like people coming back to the game.
Competitive community. Like,
there's always going to be competitive players, and there's always going to be hardcore players who want like Dado. He wants hardcore PvE. I want to grind for weeks to be able to finish a raid.
And like I think that's cool. Like those kind of things are cool for people who like get them. I'm not going to complain if I'm not going to be able
I
to
understand.
get
Exactly.
Okay, I either wasn't good enough, I didn't do this, I didn't put enough time. Fair enough. I missed it. I regret it. But now I'm going to work harder to get it next time, or I'm going to move on.
It's those type of rewards where if you really want them, you're going to get them. It's just people don't want to put the work in for them. So it sucks for the people who really want to work toward it.
Hey guys, listen and stay with me here. Maybe we could just put microtransactions.
Hell yeah!
I mean, there's always the argument, and I understand where these people come from, where they're like, I work full time, or I have kids, and I only get to play so much time. So like your argument to, just play more or get better isn't always applicable. But then okay, you're a part of the thing, so you just have to understand. Okay, then you just can't get it.
Then you just can't.
Yeah, I understand you don't have the time, and that makes sense. But then why does that? There's different people.
Like, why do you have to-
And okay, it makes sense if they're like, yeah, top 500 in trial gets this exclusive exotic. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a problem.
Okay, yeah. See, that's like
but if
different.
it's something,
But if it's an emblem,
like a cosmetic.
come on.
because it's just like
not a
in
big
League, it's a
deal.
cosmetic skin. Like there was one season I missed out, the very first season I played, where it's still one of my favorite skins. I got silver 1 over and over and over, and I could never get into gold 5 because it goes like silver 1. It goes silver. It goes bronze 5 to 1, then silver 5 to 1, gold 5 to 1, blah blah. You climb up. So silver 1, I kept getting in my promos to get into gold. Could never do it. The season ended. I missed out. I was pissed, but I understood. I just wasn't good enough then. I can't get it. It kind of hurts every time I see
You
it.
can't ever get it. You can't ever get it.
You can never get it again. There's no way you could
See,
ever
and
get
that's
it.
cool, man.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
awesome. It's limit. That's a,
I
But
want that stuff.
I can't be
in that
mad
shit.
either because it's purely cosmetic.
well. I think that's
Something
why
like that.
Overwatch. I think that's why people aren't so up in arms when it comes to like Overwatch doing well, because everything that they give you for reaching like those high peaks is all cosmetic. And in stuff like Destiny, it's a little harder because people
Like
will be
a
upset
gold
if they get
weapon.
like a rare weapon. Yeah, if they get a rare weapon that you have to get by doing that, then people are like, oh well, like I don't want to fucking do that. But in Overwatch, it's like, oh, a gold weapon, like.
But I think that'd be something that like Destiny needs, bro.
Well,
Is,
it's
I
'cause,
believe-
like,
is
why-
that little
100%.
thing.
Why does anyone want to try and grind or try and get better if
Yeah, why just get it? Why,
Dude,
why did you
if
want
I
everything
heard
for
there was
free?
like an exclusive shader that looks super
we're
fucking dope, dude,
grinding.
I would
Yeah,
grind
I don't want everything
so
for free in a game.
Or if-
as much as I understand, like people don't want to. People have lives and stuff, but it's like some people like don't and like want to be rewarded for don't having lives or
Some
not having
people
lives.
don't.
if Destiny had the same thing where we got points that we could spend it on for like a gold camo, bro, I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving my chair, man.
I agree.
And that's just and the thing too is like it's dumb. It's a gold weapon, but you know what?
It's in every
I
game
love
too.
And it's
in
and
every
I feel
game.
Like, and I'm not. I don't make video games, guys. Spoiler alert. I don't make
Oh, wait,
video
really?
games.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how hard
You're
that
at
would be to add
the
to
GG
game.
Over Easy podcast. I thought you were.
I don't think.
You're way overqualified.
I don't think that's like hard to put in a video game. No, like to like make that a thing. I don't feel like it's crazy.
Bungie, you've done ranked before.
That's
we
what I-
talked about this. Halo, just do exactly what you did in Halo. Like, literally, you already have 2 playlists called casual and competitive. Just make one more competitive. Don't just make it the game type. Put a rank on it. You already do MMR,
If you,
so why
if you
not
love
give
it,
us
put
a rank?
on it.
Yeah,
Put
you
a
already
rank
put
on
a
it.
hidden MMR.
Hashtag put a
and-
ranking on
Yeah,
it.
and you already pair us by skill rating. So just give us a skill rating. I don't know. Ah! It's not that hard. Also, give me ranked Rumble, please. And bring
Rumble.
Rumble back. Like, what? Where the fuck? No Rumble on launch? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Wait, Rumble's not gonna be launched.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pissed. I love free for all.
Yeah,
I
you
live
do.
for
You are a
free-for-all.
free-for-all dude.
Lone Wolves and Halo. That's where it all started. My jam. Because free for alls always feel the most competitive.
You think so? I
Yeah.
always feel like team-based is most competitive.
No, because I feel like the only person you can rely on is yourself. And if you're losing to someone, like,
No, see, I disagree. I feel like you get more 1v1 battles in like 4v4s and stuff like that in like a normal shooter.
so yeah,
'Cause if you're in an FFA,
Well, I
have,
also like the
a dude shooting
hecticness
behind
of
me,
FFA.
and then
well, the thing
I
with
like-
FFA, if I am popping off of an, like, especially back in Halo, like, there's a feeling you can't quite
oh,
capture.
dude, trust me, I know
Yeah,
that.
where you're
feeling.
like, you kill a guy, some guy's coming to you, you nade around a corner, you're one shot, you still kill this guy, your shields are respawning, you pick up like a power weapon, you know, scope, like, there's like a minute string where you're just going off on player after player after player after
yeah,
player
dude,
after
with
player.
No Land Beyond on you, noob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know the
where you're just
feeling. It's
going.
called "Get Outplayed, Kid."
Yeah, and that's what I love about free for all. Those plays. Because I mean, there's also the downsides of free for all. Like, yeah, you're in a 1v1, and then some guy finds you one shot. And but I think that's part of it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just like free for all that.
I'm surprised it's not actually in London. I didn't know that. That sucks.
Yeah. The more you know.
So, I was gonna ask, since that stemmed off of what your favorite game is, Rob, what is your favorite game right now?
Oh, dude, like I said, it would have to be Hearthstone because like
Damn.
that's all I'm putting my time into.
Snowstone.
Dude, I'm like, okay,
Snowstone.
everyone asks what Rob does IRL. If I'm not streaming, I'm literally playing Hearthstone or in Little Spoon.
Hey,
okay?
I'm on like a 6-game win streak right now.
Really? For what
Goddamn.
that? Arena? Or-
Evolve Shaman.
Oh, you. Oh yeah, you. Oh, you have. 'Cause you have that hero card. What rank are you?
I haven't even gotten to use my hero in any of the games.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You never get to draw him.
Because it's kind of just like early aggro, mid-range shaman. Because you obviously just want to fill the board before you evolve.
Yeah.
And honestly, every time I have evolved with just like the card, usually the dumbest drops. Like,
Yeah.
there was one time where, you know, like my 4 mana goes into the 5 mana 2/2, deal 5 damage to your hero. You know what I mean? And that's my luck with evolves.
Yeah.
It's just.
Or like the 6 mana 1/1 that spawns in a 6/6. Like
Yeah. But
yeah,
for
that
me,
little friend.
I've been getting. It's the blood. It's not blood boil, is it?
Oh, Bloodlust.
Oh yeah, bloodlust. That's what's
So
one in
you
so
run
many games.
Bloodlust. That game is that card is so dumb.
Yeah,
dude.
so it's like either I'm getting evolve or my other win condition is instead of evolving the board, bloodlust it.
so stupid.
It's
And then like
pretty
you can Bloodlust that evolved board you have. Like it's just
yeah. I crafted the Lich
nothing
King.
I can
I'll have
do.
you know.
You crafted the Lynch King.
It's the Lich King.
Oh,
You keep
it's
saying
not
the
Lynch?
Lynch. It's Lich.
I always say Lynch King. I don't know. Lich King.
It's
Sorry.
Lich.
I packed him, bro.
All right, Blue. We're done talking about Hearthstone. You can come out now.
Thank God. Oh, jeez.
Dude, just give it a try.
I never thought I was gonna.
But you can't.
Dude,
You have
it's
to
a card game. I know if I start it, I'm gonna
Do it
toss
and
oodles of money into it, dude, and I can't do that right now.
Why? You're going to play a dead game?
Yeah,
That came
Paragon.
Okay, so
See-
what is your favorite game? Dead game? Let me guess.
Paragon.
Is it really?
100% Paragon.
Whenever we're not doing something, Rob, and we're like, "Where's Blue?" What do we say?
He's playing Paragon.
Exactly. We didn't even have to ask
Dude,
that question.
last night I jumped
He's
in because
playing Paragon.
I saw Shark was on League and I saw Arios and Fruit and I was like, oh, what are you guys doing? And they were like, oh, nothing. I was like, you guys playing League? And they're like, yeah, you want to play some after? And I was like, sure, after this game of Paragon.
And then he
Did you
went
ever
to
get on and
sleep.
play?
And then I went to sleep. Wait, what?
So no.
What? Why
Uh,
don't? Okay, isn't Paragon basically like League? Like, why don't you
Well,
play?
no, different.
So-
the biggest difference is that it's. I don't
So
know
what is
what the
she-
exact, like.
A lot is changing. Right now the game is like a lot like League in that you have special effects you get from like cards, but for League it's just how you build.
Yeah,
And
you
have
buy like
gold, you have,
this
universal
Scarlet
gold.
Chain.
Yeah.
There's a whole economy, and it's a lot more complex now because they just did like a really big update a couple weeks ago. And I feel like a lot of the reason I play so much Paragon because I know the game's always being updated a lot, and
Bruh, League,
it can't.
hello.
And when people call it like a dead game, lol, it's like I'm like, yeah, it can't be dead if it hasn't even released yet. Haha. XD.
Well, okay,
Well, that's how you
I
know it's
actually
even
have a
more
thing
dead.
with that.
It's already dead before it even released.
Yeah, I'm actually worried that they've actually blown their load before because the problem is their big pushes were what closed beta or whatever, and then open beta was a
Closed beta.
big push,
Open beta was a big push.
and
Wait,
so
how long
the
has
problem
Paragon
is
been out now?
Like a
little
year and a
over
half?
Yeah. So when the game first released, first off, they put it on a map that they completely scrapped. So anyone who played that and maybe came back for the
Yeah.
open beta is like, okay, what is this? This isn't what I remember. And on top of that, they changed so much, including they took the jungle out, which used to be a thing, and then they put it back in or whatever. And the thing is, they got a lot of spikes at those times, but now when they fully release, all those people that maybe checked it out once and then lost interest are either going to come back and going to be so confused, or be like, oh, I already tried it and I didn't like it, or I did like it, but I spent my time on it. So that's why we'll have to see. I don't know. Hopefully they don't have that problem when they go like gold or whatever, like actually release. But
So I am worried about a lot of that, which is why I'm so invested in the game because Paragon has the same issue I have with Destiny, in that we know how good Destiny could be. So that's why we're so invested in it, because we love the core gameplay, but we keep playing it even though the game's like kind of trash. Paragon's kind of trash, but the game like could be so good, and I like the core gameplay so much that I just can't stop playing it. And Paragon is one of those games where I just have like this innate interest to be really good at it, because this in Ab's Discord, like everyone plays Paragon in there, and it is fun to like scrim with people. It's fun to play Paragon with other people, and I just like the whole mechanics behind it, I guess. And I really like the new update with the card system. Like, it's dope and I like it, and I can't stop playing it, and I have a problem. Damn
it'd
it.
be fun, Blue.
No,
Playing
not
League with you
Please.
and Rob.
I'll play some. I'll play some.
You play League with me.
I enjoy League. Like
I'm
the
a
thing is,
Canon main, bro.
For the same reasons you enjoy League are the same reasons why I enjoy Paragon. It's just if League were like still going through growing pains.
Yeah.
So you're so invested in it that you can't leave it. Like you, how much have you put into the League? Like $1,000 easy, right?
Yeah.
You can't leave it.
I was like, oh
You just
man, we don't want to go down
can't
that
leave
rabbit hole.
You can actually like request to see. I don't want to request.
But you can't leave it, can you? You
like
just can't.
over 2 years ago, and I think I'd spent like $1,300 then.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
Yeah.
god.
But you want to know? I have not regretted a penny.
No, not at all.
Exactly,
Because
and that's with me in Paragon. I have not regretted all the time put into it because I just enjoy the game so much. But like with you with League, it's like, okay, this game could piss me off. This game could piss me off and make me like break several controllers. But are you gonna come back and play it the next
Absolutely.
day? You're goddamn right, you are.
Yep. You know me too well.
Damn, MOBAs, dude.
Plus,
MOBAs.
I watch the competitive every week. Then I watch that and I'm like, oh man, no, I gotta go play. I get y'all hype. I'm like, man, no, this is how it usually goes. You watch them like, oh, I can try that. I get on, absolutely suck, and I was like, all right, yeah, that's about right.
It's like Rob in Hearthstone. They could take his whole wallet, but you know damn well that man's gonna play Hearthstone the next day.
Nothing he can do.
oh, for sure, bro. I've never uninstalled Hearthstone ever. No matter how mad I got.
I've never
Never.
uninstalled League. My friends who I've grinded with, however, they have definitely gone through phases.
What's the highest rank you've ever been?
I think gold 2 or gold 1. I've never pushed a plat. I should someday, because I think I'm a plat player. I just haven't grinded enough.
Yeah, I got
What's
addicted
that
to
after
being
plat
high ranked.
challenger?
Diamond, and then after diamond is
challenger.
master, and after master's challenger.
Oh,
Because
Jesus, dude.
technically masters is the challenger waiting room. Because challenger can only have, I think, 100 people per server. So challenger is literally like top 100 or top 200. And then, because the thing is, it's so weird. So Diamond 1 in League, which is, pretty much the top of the top. You go through leagues, like let's say you're at Silver 5 at 0 LP. LP is just the ranking system. It's your SR, let's say. So at 0 points, you're at the beginning of the league. If you get to 100 points in that league, you go in your promos, which is a best of 3 or best of 5, depending on what league you're in. So you go through that, you go through your promos. If you win best 2 out of 3, if you're in Silver 5, let's say, you go to Silver 4. You grind through Silver 4, you go to Silver 3, you go to Silver 3, you go to Silver 2, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in Gold, which is apparently like top 20% of the population. And there's still 4 other leagues above me or whatever, which just goes to show you how big the skill gap is. But what people talk about is at Diamond 1, which is below Masters and Challengers. Someone at 0 LP and somebody like 80 LP in Diamond 1, they say the skill level is drastic. The difference is like Diamond 1 to like Silver 1.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, because the difference in skill just in that small window is so significant. So that's why they added Masters. So that some of those people who aren't quite good enough to be top 200, but are also so good that it's crazy up there. I wouldn't know what that's
weird.
like.
That like they're so good, but they're still not that good.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like. It would be the equivalent
Do
of
they
like
get anything in the game, like cosmetic wise? Like
yeah.
that
So what happens
you've
is
never-
at the end of the season, depending on what rank you get, your loading screen border changes. So in between games, when you're loading, like if you're diamond, you have a diamond border around your character, so everybody knows you're diamond.
Ooh.
And then you get certain things like player icon, a border over your like character profile. You get the skin, obviously. Sometimes there's like certain ward skins or X or Y they do. And then if you're a challenger, you get a challenger jersey. But that's only for what,
Whoa.
100, 200 people?
They send them to you?
Yeah, with like your name on the back.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
dope.
never get one of those, but
No way.
no.
Buy an account with that's in Challenger.
Change its name
How
real
much
quick.
is a can you do that? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look at how much
Oh
a
my
Challenger
God.
account costs.
Dude, it would
Someone-
be a ridiculous amount of money.
It has to be selling them, I imagine, but yeah, it would be woof. Can't even imagine.
I want to say at least like 10,000.
Because the thing too, though, about the Challenger is they only send those jerseys to the people that are in Challenger at season end. It's not like, oh, you were Challenger once. Okay, we'll give you a jersey. It's at the
Oh,
at the
jeez.
cutoff
That's
date.
hardcore.
Yeah, they only take like the top 100 or whatever. So if you're 101st on that list,
Okay, so here it is. Challenger League of Legends account, top 100, all champion, 270 skins.
what?
$1,100.
Yep.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I knew
$1,100.
it.
That
At
actually
least 10,000.
that surprises me. No, he said
think you
1,100,
thought it'd be
not
more?
10,000.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I said it would be around
$1,100.
at least 10,000. So I was kind of close.
What?
No, not
Yeah,
no,
no,
not
like
even
$1,100.
Like, yeah, not $11,000. $1,100.
Yeah, he's saying only 1,100. That seems weird.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
I'm on eBay right now.
I'm gonna
on
go buy
eBay.
that.
No way. Really? That's it?
Go
Yeah,
buy that.
that seems way off. I feel like.
That sounds so low.
Does it have any bids?
No. Zero bids at 845 right now.
What?
What?
They're doing something wrong. I feel like it should
Okay,
go
yeah.
for
See,
way
League of
more.
Legends Season 5 Challenger account will have the border for Season 6. U.S. price $849. Sold.
Yeah, but see, they said border, so
What?
they were only challenger at one point. The border is taken into consideration if you're a challenger at some point. You don't get the jersey unless, like I said, you're that top 100 at the cutoff date. But still, that
Man,
for all
I
the
feel
champs, that many skins and challenger, that
Oh, I heard I'm a Cutie Pie though charges like $5,000 an hour for like his carries. Like I heard him like say that in a podcast. Yeah, I swear to God. Like they said they charge like tens of thousands of dollars for like.
I have a
Coaching.
hard time. Oh, maybe coaching. I was gonna say he can't because that's technically illegal. I think
Okay, then coaching.
because that
I
would be
say.
considered boosting or whatever, and you can get banned for that. Well, maybe not. Well, the thing is, it's illegal because what some pro players do, they make way more money doing this. You just take someone's account, play on that account, and get it to, Diamond, Masters, Challenger, whatever. Then you just give it back. That's usually what they do, and then they get a lot of money for that. But yeah, that's illegal because like if you're a pro player and you get found out, you're usually just suspended for like life, or you get like a fine and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, maybe it was just coaching then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, wouldn't put it past it, dude.
Yeah, would not either.
I mean, like, why wouldn't you?
Oh, for sure.
It's like back at the OG Destiny days when people were like, they were asking people
Oh,
like, hey, yeah, like get me to the lighthouse. I'll give you like $100.
People still do that,
yeah,
dude.
that's ridiculous. I also want you to understand, you are paying almost double the price of the game you bought just to be able to go to the lighthouse for a loot drop, or
Dude,
to
if-
get your
if-
emblem or whatever.
If us three can go to the lighthouse, like you can too, okay? Even though you can't anymore because trials is over. But just saying, in D2, you can do it.
If we can do it, you can too.
Set the charges or defeat all hostiles.
Any word there, Rob?
Rob used to be hardcore in trials.
I used to carry him so much.
Damn. I used to play so much trials when I cared about being good at Destiny.
I mean, yeah,
and I was addicted to it. But
Rob and I went
then-
flawless a lot of times, especially back OG days. But
Oh,
it just,
trials.
yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah,
me,
easy.
I hate the playstyle. That's why I don't like games like CS:GO
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
don't- I
as
hate
well.
the playstyle too.
Well, it started off as really fun because everyone it would be like crazy gunfights. But yeah, as trials went on, people just got campier and
Yeah,
campier.
campy, dude.
I don't like the slow
so-
play.
I'm a Cutie Pie. He's like with another dude, and it's about $300 an hour. Isn't that crazy?
Jeez.
That's crazy.
I mean, but you
dream.
are learning from the best. Like you're learning from someone who you know is giving you the right
Which is
advice.
crazy.
Well, you know what else is crazy?
What?
Oh,
It's time for a word from our sponsors on the GG
Oh.
Over Easy podcast. Memes. Are you a normie? Let's change that. Ranging from Here Come That Boy to Harambe. Memes. Get yours today. A word from our sponsors on the GG Over Easy podcast.
You know, guys, I've been using memes for actually quite a bit here, and
Yeah.
I'm actually a really fan of this "whoa" meme they got right now. What memes have
Crash
you guys been
Bandicoot
trying-
one is
Yeah,
so
what-
freaking good.
That's a nice
What,
spicy
What
meme.
memes have you guys been using from our sponsors? What kind of toasty memes have you been making these days?
Toasty. So many. I've been memeing mainly because I've been getting in the Twitch. I just like Monk Ass.
Oh,
Monk Ass
Monk
is
Ass.
good,
Monk Ass is a
dude.
good one. We like
I'm not gonna
Monk Ass.
lie, I use Rob Haha a lot.
Haha.
I
I
use
use
Rob
Rob Haha a lot. And I
I'm
do
12,
that
by the
stupid
way,
haha,
haha.
I'm 12. Yeah, I do that a lot.
You like to cringe at everything, Blue?
I like to haha cringe at a lot of things. Yes.
Well, memes. Thanks for sponsoring another
appreciate
podcast.
that.
Appreciate
You guys
your
are keeping
memes.
us alive.
We'll keep using the
yeah.
memes. Use,
Shout out.
use code GGEasy for 20% off your memes.
Yeah, for some of our partners, if we had any, but we don't. You could be the first.
You could be the first, but more in line. We kind of all over the place, but in line with esports and League and MOBA. I'm curious if you guys have any inkling or idea on what the next big game genre is going to be, whether it be esports or just the next big. Something like imagine right now, like look at Battlegrounds, like a battle royale game. What's the next big game genre? Because for me personally, I don't think there's any genre game right now that will be better for esports than MOBA. But outside of esports, I don't know what the next big genre is going to be.
I think what Bungie's trying to do with the whole like first person or third shooter exploration, I think people are going to try harder and harder as years go on to make something that is actually like the perfect.
What's that one
version
from
of
E3?
Anthem.
Anthem, yeah. Well, see,
And
there's
we did it
another
with
idea.
Division.
Yeah, but that's not like an esport game.
Well, I think Blue's
Well,
just saying
asking about. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
just
more
asking
like-
about genres.
Oh. Okay.
something
Because
more.
PUBG is not really. Because PUBG's not an esport, but that genre has blown. The battle royale genre has just blown up over the past
Yeah, if
couple
you
years.
can figure out how to make the battle royale kind of esport work, I think it's definitely there.
There was
You
a
can't just put 99 people on a stage, like, you know.
there was a really interesting idea someone had. I'd never be able to pull it off, but where you have one game of like PUBG, and you just get everyone in the server to do their own perspective and audio and stuff, and then you can weave it all into some like crazy suspenseful thing.
Yeah, but
'cause
then
you
it
get
had to be pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And, like,
Well,
the
no.
episode-
I'm just talking like a video.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not
okay,
talking
okay.
like esports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a pre-edited esport. That would be cool.
But you get to see like everyone's perspective because you gotta
See,
think there's
but you
100
know-
people in there. And there's 100 different things happening.
But you know people are going to complain that it's scripted
Yeah, well,
just because
always.
the fact that it's a video.
I mean, have you seen Rust?
Or
Oh,
Minecraft.
Rush. Oh, jeez. Let's get into that later.
Yeah. We don't need to do that yet. Don't need to open that can of worms.
Oh, yeah. It's a big can of worms.
Big old can of worms. You guys want to talk about some diss tracks?
Dude,
Oh my God,
why
dude.
is diss track such a big deal now? Like,
Yo,
first it
They
was
came
like,
back- they-
talk bad about diss tracks. I'm gonna make a diss track about how you don't like diss tracks.
Hell
all right?
yeah, do it.
Yeah, you. Oh, is that a challenge?
Yo,
Yeah,
you
it's a
come at me,
challenge.
fam.
Come at
Like,
me.
dude, I
coming
don't
at
get
me,
it,
fam.
I don't get it, man. Like, there was like a huge like diss track resurgence with like Rice Gum like 6 months ago, and then it kind of went away for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, I think since Jake Paul made Every Day, bro, it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
for
It's
those
insane.
unaware what we're talking about on YouTube right now, a big trend are diss tracks, which is pretty much just a rap you make, and it's what it sounds like. You're trying to attack one other person or a group of people. Doesn't really matter. It's just called a diss track. You're dissing him, and it's taking
I'm
over.
dissing your fam.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, comment section, feel free to give me ideas on who we need to diss. You know, got to get those views.
And who would we want to diss us? Like, if we had someone who diss tracked us, who do we want to diss us?
Donkey.
Oh,
I would want
man.
Donkey. I want Donkey.
Yeah, Donkey.
H3.
Yeah, I was
Give
gonna
me
say Ethan would be
yeah,
pretty good,
Ethan,
too.
man. Have Ethan come
I actually,
at me.
I wouldn't be bad PewDiePie either. I think he's really good with his.
Oh, I
diss
literally
tracks.
like PewDiePie. I like where his like content has gone.
Yeah.
Like
I'd be down to get
in the
roasted by.
past. Because I used to hate
Roast me,
PewDiePie,
papi.
man.
I just want Donkey. I just want Donkey to roast me so hard that I never come back.
Is
That's
he your
what I
favorite
want.
YouTuber?
Dude, Donkey is like real talk. Like, nobody else comes close to Donkey for me. Like, that dude is just fuego.
Do you guys ever
all the
just
time.
like? Do you guys ever like wonder like who's watching Jake Paul's videos, and then you watch a Jake Paul video, and then you're like, I'm part of the problem. Like,
I actually haven't watched the video, so I can't
Oh
say.
really?
never-
I'll like find my. I'll like click on one, and I'm like, why do people watch this shit? And then I'm like, wait a second. Like,
Yeah,
oh, man,
I've-
Oh, you played
I've
just
never
a
actually
problem.
watched the video, but I hear nonstop crap about him.
Yeah,
So I guess I've never actually been compelled to watch it, but I just have like this. He just has this reputation of like, wow, that guy's a shitter.
Oh, he's like the bad boy of like
bad
YouTube
boys,
that all
bad
the 12-year-old
boys.
girls love.
Rob likes bad boys.
All the demographic that Christian wants. That loves him.
You know, what's the edgy teenager? Is that what you want?
Oh, I need the edgelords. Well, think about like if you have an edgy community, it can always hurt. Look at Leafy.
Oh yeah. Hey,
What happened to that guy?
Hey guys, how you doing? Leafy's here.
Dude, I still remember that day. My comment section was just hiss, hiss. I was like, what is going on?
Oh yeah.
And then that's when I hated YouTube for quite a while. All that drama that came with
TLDR,
those super edgy people, like
I'll tell
bully
you what happened
channels,
to
commentaries.
Leafy dude, iDubbbz ended his career,
Oh, yeah,
bro.
dude, I wouldn't mind
iDubbbz
being
will do
actually.
that
You know,
too.
I wouldn't mind being roasted by iDubbbz either.
Yeah,
I think a good content cop. I'll take it.
a good content cop. That's the way you go out, huh? A good content cop.
Fair
A
way.
content cop on Mr. Fruit.
Yeah.
That'd be
There's
crazy.
worse things. I can already see it. He'll be at the very beginning of the content cop. He's in his outfit in the middle of a forest, like he's got some little like Nerf bow and arrow, and he's put fruits all around randomly in the forest. He's shooting them or something. Or he's trying to chase down a banana he's got on a string or something dumb. I'll take it.
It's a good way to go out.
There's worse ways. Because YouTube as a platform right now, let me tell you,
Oh boy.
rough times. Especially with all this demonetization crap.
It demonetizes the weirdest videos. Okay, so I know you've probably gotten a couple of years demonetized. I've only gotten one of my videos demonetized for now. It's because I have a dead YouTube channel. It was the Rainbow Six Siege. It was named the worst hit squad ever, and that got demonetized. I'm like, what? Of all the videos you could have demonetized, you demonetized the one that says hit squad.
Yeah, I got
Like, okay.
somewhere. It's like some of them are because they have kill in the title. I remember like when Titanfall 2 was something like X amount of kills. Well, okay, this one kind of made sense. We had the Gang Beast one where it was like animals gone wild, and the thumbnail was like censored out. I mean, that one kind of made sense.
All right, I can't blame you too much.
Like, all right, fair enough.
It was a little over the
Yeah,
top.
but like ever since they did it, like videos just randomly and sporadically getting either age restricted, not advertiser friendly, demonetized, all this kind of stuff. It's scary, man. It's a scary time indeed. Because first we had the apocalypse, and now this.
Yeah, scary.
There
It's a
was.
scary time to be on YouTube.
I saw a
as a
tweet
gamer.
about another YouTuber, a little bigger than me, I think, but he was like, "Man, same amount of views and subs this month than a year ago, but half the ad revenue. That makes sense."
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Was it Chilled? Chilled Chaos, I think.
I think it was Matt Shea.
Or something like that.
Yeah, but that's
I
just
think Chilled made a similar tweet where he was like, "Nothing's changed, but I'm making like so much less money."
Yeah. Because the thing too is some people are talking about like stealth demonetizations where they'll still say it, but the ads that get placed just aren't there, sporadic, so revenue per video just goes way down too. It's a volatile platform. I knew what I signed up for though, to be fair. But woof.
Yeah, you did.
The last thing I want to do is have to open up a Patreon.
Oh my God.
Hopefully it never comes to that.
But I really don't blame people, especially on
Well, no-
YouTube now.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, here's my thing.
I used to be. Okay.
I got a little
yeah, go on.
soapbox about this too. Okay, everyone is so quick to judge. I've gotten a lot more lenient on it. Patreons for YouTubers, because look at it this way, okay, right? You have like your Twitch streamer. Everyone is perfectly fine donating tons of money
They have
or
built-in
subscribing,
Patreon.
every
It's
month,
true.
right?
It is true.
But
Yes.
YouTube, God forbid, you ask for $1 a month from some subs. You know what I mean?
It is very taboo.
and there's
on
still
YouTube.
ads on Twitch, so it's not like, oh well, I watch an ad on YouTube. Yeah, you watch ads on Twitch too.
We have two forms of donations
Yeah.
of like on Twitch.
But
You have
YouTube-
bits and you have just
Yeah,
donations.
Twitch is built to be monetized,
but
and
YouTube,
is not.
There's nothing like that. So, in that sense, I've actually gotten a lot. Because used to, I'd be like, this guy has like 1 million subs. Why is he doing a Patreon? Maybe because his videos aren't long enough. So advertisements just, it could be super high quality, but it's not long enough. So ads don't get placed, or he gets next to no revenue, and he can only keep it up X amount of time, or stupid stuff like that. Or right now, where you're getting like no money for ads.
I have noticed that a lot of, especially a couple of years ago when YouTube really took away like the way that views worked, where you don't get money by views anymore, you get it by like time watched or by like, retention. So like animation channels like just died.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing. It takes a long time to make even just like a 2-minute video, right?
Yeah.
Well, when they changed ads to being dependent on watch time, okay, you could have somebody watch 6 of your videos back to back to back to back to back to back. That's 12 minutes. And even then, the videos are only 2 minutes, so you're not getting very good ads on them. But even then, one person who has a crappy an hour-long video and someone only makes it $10 in, going to make more money off of that. And so that's why most of the channels died, and all the others had to go to Patreon to support their videos. And it's stupid that it's pretty much just made it so that certain amount of content can't just exist on this space as a full-time job. Like, you can't keep that up.
Patreon might become necessary for people to pursue it full-time. Like on Twitch, I guess a lot of people consider it taboo because, like, oh, well, if you're not making enough money off your subs or whatever, like, maybe you should just quit. Which, by the way, I hate that argument. That's the worst argument ever. Please never suggest that to someone. People, follow your dreams, damn it, and never let anyone tell you otherwise. But with YouTube, it's like you don't have these forms of monetization, and with monetization becoming so much harder.
I never thought
to,
about
like,
it that way, Christian, but you're totally right.
Yeah.
How it's like very taboo on YouTube.
Yeah, it's super
like,
taboo.
You have one form of revenue, and that is ad revenue, and that's it.
And it's very, very normal at Twitch.
And the worst part, too, even then, I mean, granted, I've been thankful that I've never even really see anyone complain about it on my channel when I do a sponsored video. It's the same thing. Like, okay, especially when I do sponsored videos, it's the same kind of content I'd make. I'm not sacrificing anything. It's usually a game I like. But you got to understand, too, for some people, too, like, that's more money they're going to make than a lot of videos. And that one, like, you just... Come on, man. People got to eat.
You're a sellout, bro. You're selling
the
out.
People got to eat, bro.
You're a sellout.
It's definitely a lot harder on YouTube now. You're so limited, and eventually, it might get to the point where it's impossible, even if you have like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subs, to make reliable money on YouTube, especially with gaming, because gaming has gotten hurt a lot on YouTube. Because there's just so
like
much different
montages
content
and stuff like that.
Yeah, those
like,
are
that's
gone.
ridiculous.
So it's I mean, for a year ago I was against Patreons, but now seeing how bad it is on YouTube, it's like, dude, patrons might become the norm.
I wouldn't be okay, because even look at this, right? If like you're out there and you're listening and you enjoy something, like let's say you watch my stuff every day. Love you, by the way, if that's you. But like, so then you're like, okay, I like this guy. Let me give him $1 a month. If at my size, even just like 10,000 people are like, I'll give him $1 a month. You see how, boom, right there. All right, I don't have to start worrying so much about ad revenue. That is a big cushion.
All.
Yeah, that's a big cushion. And all it would take is $1. But if I opened a Patreon right now, bro, you know what would happen? I'd get eaten alive. From like,
you think so?
I think I would, from everybody.
I think if like you went about it if I was like a big YouTuber, I would just do like one goal, just be like $5. Just be like, look, if you have ad block on, just do this for $5. You don't have to do it, but if you want to support me in that kind of way and you want to use ad block, cool, then just use $5 on my Patreon.
Yeah,
that'd be it. That'd be the only goal.
Yeah, the thing too is like if you did, let's say, $1 a month, I would maybe say don't turn off ad block. But if you do like $2 to $5 even a month, then disable ads on my channel. That would be fine, because now your donation alone, or your whatever support a month.
You could say like that's your ad revenue for like.
Well, yeah,
me,
but that
like,
alone will carry that covers a couple thousand viewers sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot.
Because otherwise, if like one of your favorite channels doesn't have a Patreon, another really good way to go about it is YouTube Red. Said it before. It's like $10 a month. You get no ads, and people make so much more money off YouTube Red.
Sweet YouTube Red ad. I get at the end of the month, I always see how much I made off of Red, and I'm like, oh, bless you, Red users.
I have such a small portion of Red viewers, but they account for so much.
I needed to be a Red user. I've been
subbed since they announced it.
I need to be a Red user. I need to do it.
You don't have to worry about turning off ad blocker. You don't have to sit through ads, and you're supporting the people you watch.
Because I'll be honest, when I go to your videos, I have to pause my ad block, and then I'll refresh the video, and then the ad will come up, and then I'll click on the ad, and then I won't skip the refreshable ones.
I don't know if I thought there was a way on one of the ad block apps, like you're able to like whitelist certain channels or something. Yeah. But yeah, YouTube as a whole is can get scary at times, man. And it's harder than ever. Every year it gets harder and harder for new people to come.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even somebody with 100,000 subs right now, if they're not getting 100,000 views per video, like, what, 100,000 a couple years ago, you're full time, you're eating. You know, you're doing fine.
Oh, nice.
But, yeah, but now...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think even back during when I was doing more consistent YouTube videos, I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, so if I do this every day, chances are I could probably max out after a couple months. I'd probably like average 50,000. I was like, that would barely give me a living. Even if I were to do 100,000, I would say, okay, well, if I were to ever get like 100,000 average video, like I'd be pretty good. Like I'd be sustainable. But now it's like the gap to entry has become so much harder. A year ago, yeah, I would have said, oh, dude, like if I made like 50,000 views a video, like I'd be okay. But now it's like, dude, if I made 50,000 views a video, like I would not. And it's coming from someone who has like student loans I have to pay.
That's not
I would have to pay on my student loans, and I would have to make money mostly for that. Most of my money goes to my student loans anyways. So 50,000 views on average on YouTube now is not going to pay for me to live and pay my student loans.
That's why when I see like Jake Paul, bro, and like getting 6 million views a video, bro, like,
I can't imagine. Because the thing is, I'm doing fine though. Like if people are like listening to this, and like, oh, Mr. Fruit's good. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I mean, still at its current pace, I can still do this full time. If that ever changes, I might have to do something. But like, I'm still okay. I'm just looking at it for other people, because technically, I'm like, according to Social Blade, I'm like top 5,000, and it's crazy that even there. So like the cutoff just a little farther back must be. It's rough for people. I hate to see it.
It's rough for. I feel like it's gotten really hard for people under like 500,000 subs.
Well,
Or
I mean,
even-
well, the
even-
thing too is
even
it doesn't
under
even
250.
it doesn't even matter subs at this. It's just how many views you get.
It's just
Yeah.
like it's just like the average stats you see for like a channel of that size. Even for them, it's getting harder.
Well, yeah, the problem
Like,
is you
it's
could
got-
get
the
100.
squeeze is right there.
You could get 100,000 views a video, but how often are you uploading?
Yeah.
Because if you only upload like twice a week and you get 100,000, well, you know, still if that's your only income, I don't know if you can make that your only income.
It is rough, man.
Yeah. So there's just that weird taboo around all that stuff.
Scary.
It is.
Support your
I think,
creators.
I think it'll become part of the norm, though. I
Support
think.
your creators. That's a TLDR.
Yeah. Totally didn't read. So.
Too long didn't listen.
That's too long. Didn't listen.
Well, hopefully
if
you are
somehow
listening.
you skipped straight to this,
TLDL.
support your creators. If they now, if Jake Paul's making a Patreon,
Okay, yeah, then
At
All right,
that
let's talk
point,
about it.
bruh, like, don't get greedy, dog.
we can talk about that. But which, speaking of YouTube, there's currently we ended a series soon. Do you guys want to talk
we
about
wanna
our
talk about that?
fallen?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Oh, he said it. He
Doo-doo-soo.
said it. Oh God.
Dude, I knew that. I knew Minecraft was gonna be kind of controversial.
You guys want to give us? You guys want us to give you the real? We started Minecraft because Rust was getting hairy, and we didn't want to play Rust.
Yeah. Well, the thing too, we would have done anything, but you guys chose Minecraft the most for the again. It was a charity goal, which I made
Yeah.
very clear in the first video. And to be fair, the first video was most viewed. I think most people
was
were
also-
like, "What's going on?" And there was the most
I was
hate.
hoping for Minecraft, yeah.
There was the most hate, and people were like, "What is this?" They didn't give it a chance. Fair enough. My only problem was, okay, well after that, if you see it's Minecraft, you understand. Don't click on it. But then the problem was everyone who did like it, the support died out fast, and then on top of that, some people are just so picky. The whole point is it's a Let's Play, and I mean, to be fair, people had nitpicks like, "Oh, I don't like it when people use creative," or "I don't like that you miss so much off camera." But I couldn't control that
well,
stuff.
sorry, guy.
Yeah, and we're doing our own. Like, there's no blueprint to how to do a Let's Play. We're doing it our own way, and I never also like the whole. If it's a Let's Play and somebody's like, "This episode was kind of boring," not it. Do you think video, especially games like that, are action packed all the time, bro? It's not.
People just have like unrealistic expectations.
Yeah. So that was the problem with Rust primarily. So we ended Minecraft for now because it just wasn't getting as much love as before, and people were getting sick of it. So I did mention, I don't know if I'm ever going to do this on like a separate channel maybe one day, or later down the line do an actual like full-on, maybe get some survival mods and do like an actual survival run. But the Rust series went on for a while, but that was always so controversial because you had people, because we had the season 1 to season 2, obviously. Season 1 was really just us. Every 2 episodes, we're on a different server doing whatever we were doing. And it was fun. And we got really lucky sometimes with a lot of action. And so season 1 was fun. We're like, cool, we'll make season 2. Season 2, we got our own server. We made a rough outline of what we wanted to do. We made like a rough storyline. Literally, when we started, everyone thinks we had like a script. We didn't really have a script. When we started recording, literally the goal was, let's build a kingdom. That was the only goal we had.
Yeah.
And everything that happened going forward, sure, like maybe when something was happening, like Rob or Blue was like, oh, maybe we throw this in to make it more interesting, or like, what if this happens here? Like, let's kind of go this way and run with it. But it was never like, okay, so right here we're gonna do this. Right here we kind of just improv'd. And personally, I thought season 2 was, I still think even as a person who made it, I think it's a hidden gem on YouTube. I think season 2 was fuego.
Dude, and so we never
that the one with the
scripted anything.
All-Stars?
Yeah, that was the All-Stars.
Yeah, All-Stars,
So it
we didn't
started
plan any of that. Like, none of that.
Dude, that was like a day.
Yeah.
That was like, what, 8 hours of recording?
Yeah, almost all that happened in one day. Nothing was planned. Like, all that All-Stars, none of that was planned. Blah, blah, like, and it just came out really good. But then at the end of it, even in some of the episodes, people are like, this feels scripted, or like, go back to doing random stuff, which before everyone complained that it was too random.
Yeah, too random.
So-
and that there was like,
And the reason I liked season 2 so much, because none of that was scripted. It was all improv. Like, we all did, like, Shark played along, Dork played along, everyone played along. It was never scripted. We never had something that we knew what we were gonna do. There was even one point when Shark started shooting at us, or some of the All-Stars were shooting at us, and we were like, oh dude, like, oh, this happened like really quick. I don't know if we're trying to build it up a little bit more because we're all playing along with the idea of it. So it was more like RP than anything.
Yeah.
So when we finally got to it, like, it was like, oh, this is so badass. It was like, oh, let's get like an army together real quick. So we got like these armies, and then I didn't know when Fruit was coming. Fruit didn't know that we had an army. It just happened, and it was awesome.
And that final fight scene. That
And it
whole
just
like
sucked
attack
'cause-
on the base and stuff.
That just happened,
Yeah.
dude. That
Yeah,
just
that was-
happened.
yeah.
Like,
That
in the
wasn't
Chris
background,
getting like all the commanders and like the people in our village to go over there too.
Blue and I are talking above you. You hear people like, I need a medic. Just like,
Oh, this is so
Yeah, we're
funny.
like,
Shark
God
is like,
damn it.
people, damn it, we got men down. We need a medic.
No, we didn't play any of that. It was just so, I was like, I was so excited for people to see it. And the fact that, I mean, to be fair, the thing we take away from all this is, yes, sometimes it's a vocal minority. I know a lot of people still enjoyed it. And the thing too is, like, some people look at the series and be like, well, you know, 80,000 people still watched. True, but I have to make sure that, like, right now the channel has a certain, like, average.
Quota.
Yeah, a quote. Well, kind of.
To be able to make sure like it's healthy.
Yeah, but yeah, to make sure it's healthy, to keep going with it, if there's enough interest to gauge. And I know a lot of people like the Rust and stuff, and we did too. And so then season 3 rolls around, and we're like, okay, so there's a lot of controversy
Go
around
back to
season 2.
random.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to random. This is boring. You guys aren't like, what is this? You guys never get anything done. You die with all your stuff, or this and that. Like,
I mean, they're
yeah,
right.
all Rob does is die, all Blue does is build, and all Fruit does is explore. Okay, that's the game. Like,
Yeah, I know.
and after we've done 60 episodes or whatever of Rust, like, there's only so much we can do.
Yeah, it's really hard to be random, because a lot of the reason why I felt people liked season 1 more is because when Fruit started recording, he would come in, he'd be loaded. Like, he'd have everything ready to go, he'd have guns. But that's because I would spend like 5 to 6, 7, 8 hours before the video even started getting all of that ready.
Yeah, like
and
the House of Horrors, Blue spent forever making that.
And they're
Just
and they
for
would
an
be
episode.
like, yo, yeah, just for one. Most of those episodes, like, we would try to get as many episodes as we could out of it, so we'd try to have as much fun as we could. But it was like, it would take me, because that's just the kind of game Rust is. You have to grind for the stuff that you get, and sometimes we would go on servers and we leave, and it's all the stuff I built got raided. So it's like, well, shit, like, let's find a different server.
Yeah,
and
that's the
try
other thing
to
too. Is we
restart.
didn't always have time to record a whole bunch. So in Rust, if you're a day away from your base, odds are it's all gone. So
Especially with one person.
And when
you
we-
know,
when
'cause
we did it
Fred
like
and
a
Rob
week
had to do their
apart.
own thing. Yeah, so Fred and Rob had to do their own thing, and I couldn't be on every night monitoring the Rust base because I'm trying to do my own thing too. So season 1 was cool, but like it wasn't sustainable because my weekends would be preparing the base, or I would take I would take off early a couple hours from work so I could make sure everything is like set up. So it's like it wasn't sustainable. It was way too hard to do. It was cool going to like different servers and making like random videos. That was cool, but it's like there's only so many like
go to a
modes.
Battlefield server or that settlement or whatever that was game mode. There's only so much.
Rust is hard, man. It's hard to make content for.
I mean, it was a
Especially
lot
the
of
way
fun.
that-
And
Yeah.
when we started with that first episode, when we recorded like 2 episodes, I didn't think people were going to enjoy it that much. Because normally what happens with a Let's Play, first video does pretty well, you do a second video, pretty decent, third, and then fourth, and then it starts dipping and dipping. Season 1 and 2 of Rust were the only ones where it's like, wow, like they're still staying steady, which is like, that's why I say when I looked at Minecraft, I immediately saw the signs that it just wasn't getting as much support. Because Rust Season 3 of what we have so far was doing the exact same thing. It was like, whoa, it's back. Actually, nah. And so it's like, well, we've done what we can. We tried to please you all. So everyone's like, is Rust coming back? I mean, we'll probably find some way to end it in like an episode or something. But for right now, until the game gets like a huge update or something, we're just going to keep it as is.
It's hard to play, man. It's just a hard game to play the way that we played it, I guess, or the way we recorded it. It's just hard. It's too difficult.
And if we did a true Let's Play, where I don't do like any editing, it's like 30 minutes of us just going through, everyone would be even more like, oh, snore. I'm slip. So, that's the elephant in the room. Everyone's been asking about Rust.
Elefante.
Who knows who's actually going to make it this far into the podcast that actually cares about it? But we explained it. So,
We're glad you made it this far,
Yeah.
guy.
You are loyal, and we
If you're
love
still
you.
on that subway in New York,
I think
you
you're at the
missed your
wrong.
stop.
Yeah, you're at the wrong. You should probably.
like 4 or 5 times.
Get out of here. You need to go home.
Ugh. So, that's that rant.
It's time for a word from our sponsors on the GG Over Easy podcast.
There are none. Because we don't have any. But you can place your sponsorship here. Please. Contact
you.
me via carrier pigeon or telegraph. Probably works better.
A word from our sponsors on the GG Over Easy podcast.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, no one, for sponsoring. Thanks for that sponsor.
Yeah, shout out. You guys are beautiful. We love you.
Shout out.
You know, I've been using nothing for about like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I'm pretty happy with it, dude. I mean,
right.
it doesn't
it's not very
doesn't
intrusive.
make me happy at
Yeah.
all. Gets me at a nice like medium.
Yeah,
It's very good. It's very good.
Like I didn't have anything previously, and I had nothing.
And I still
didn't
don't have anything
nothing
now,
before,
so.
you know, I can't get any worse. You know?
All right, we're
Not
going to do
disappointed, not accept.
maybe some rapid fire Q&A here. Right
Let's
before
rapid
the
fire this.
podcast, I asked on Twitter for some questions for the podcast. So we're going to run through some of these. First, you fellas ready?
Let's
Desserts.
dance.
At Connor West 13, what are your guys' favorite games now? Well, I guess technically you already answered that, didn't we? We jumped the gun
Paragon.
there. Yeah.
Hearthstone.
We'll just recover it. Yeah, I said League. He technically asked what are our favorite games ever, but we've done that like twice, I think, in our previous Q&A, so you can go check
Kingdom
those
Hearts
out.
2.
At CJZ Efforts, what was all of yours first impression on meeting each other? So
Oh, dude.
I would mainly say, I mean, Rob and I, that was so far back, it's hard to say.
Yeah, dude, I could. I mean, he was a cool kid and asked if I wanted to sit next
Yeah,
to
and
him.
wore a
That's it.
Jaguar sweatshirt all the time.
Yeah, you did. You really did.
But with Blue, we briefly talked about it before this. It was So we all know, we've talked about how we met, but my first impression of Blue was, I tweeted out if anybody wants to do a Nightfall. I was doing it with subs. Blue was one of them. And so Blue hopped in with some other guy. And Blue was talkative. We were talking. We made, there's some joke. Like, the only thing I remember about the Nightfall was we made some joke about Harry Potter. And I was like, this guy's really funny. And that was my very first impression of him.
It was a fun Nightfall.
Yeah.
It was a really fun Nightfall.
Fun enough that I invited him back to do the Dream Team, and then here we are. But that was my first impression of Blue, and then Rob's first impression was whatever when we went to record.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were like, we're going to do a video with Blue. And I was like, who? And you're like, some guy I did a Nightfall with, he's funny. I was like, all right. And then we joined the party, and then he joined. He's like, hey, I'm Blue. I was like, what's up? And then
What up, dog?
we recorded. And that was like it.
No first impressions, no like real.
there was-
you didn't feel strongly
there wasn't-
either way.
It wasn't really first impressions. It was more like we started it and now we're here. Like when I first met Rob, it wasn't like when we were in the video. I was like, oh, Rob seems like a pretty chill dude. Little did I know,
Little did you know, he's
that
actually.
dude is salty.
Yeah, he's a rage machine.
The second time I ever hung out with Rob was the No Land Beyond challenge. And man, that dude swears. I was like, this guy swears a lot. So,
And then,
but I was like, he's a cool dude though.
and then Blue picked up on it.
And then I picked up on the Hawkman
And then
video.
my censors.
I felt so bad. Like I
Yeah.
felt guilty because he was like so broken after Hawkmoon. I even texted him. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, are you cool, dude?" And Free was like, "No, he's fine, man. He does that."
Yeah, he's probably fine.
Jeez. First impression of Fruit. I mean, I watched his YouTube videos before I guess he blew up, so I already knew what to expect. And we did the Nightfall, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing the Nightfall, and I mean, you could tell he had been with a bunch of quiet people because he was like, "Come on, like someone please talk to me."
Well, yeah, Blue and I joked. There was some other sub in there, but he was really nervous and like never talked. And so I joked with Blue, if he had talked, maybe he would have been the third Dream Team member, and Blue wouldn't be. Almost
Sorry.
Don't
replaced.
make me feel bad about that.
Feels replaced. man.
Skills replaced, man.
All right, at fbro_tg, what are y'all's favorite food and least favorite?
Ooh.
I hate vegetables. I hate anything to do with vegetables. I really do.
I hate
don't eat 'em.
nuts and onions.
I love my favorite food is probably chilaquiles. That's a
Oh,
Mexican cuisine.
Chilaquiles.
Least favorite food, I hate papaya. I don't know what it is about papaya. I can't stand the smell.
Oh, come on.
And because I smell the papaya when I taste it, it tastes really bad. I don't like
know, dude.
papaya.
I don't really have a favorite food, man. There's too many good foods out there.
I was gonna say most consistently, it's super generic, but pizza. Pizza is
That's
so
not a bad
good.
one to have. When pizza's good, it's great.
Yeah,
when
plus,
it's bad,
plus
it's
there's
great.
plenty of different ways to do pizza. Like, it's just universal. So that would be
That's what we're gonna
my
feed
favorite.
aliens.
At Dake Labal, the thing you hate most about each other.
The things I hate most about
Yeah.
us.
I think the thing I hate most about Blue is that
boy.
stupid laugh of his. It is so
What?
it is so infectious, and I'm jealous.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, Mike Sydney's
Yep.
like, I love his
Yeah, everybody's like,
laugh.
"Oh, Blue's
Oh,
laugh is
jeez.
infectious." Blah. I was like, "Oh, come on,
Yeah.
what do I gotta do?"
Like a high pitch. I don't even. That's one of the things I don't understand. People are like, "Oh, I love Blues Laugh," and I was like, "What do you?" I sound so obnoxious. Like,
Evidently not. People love it.
I think one thing I hate about Christian is he's way wittier than I am and like way quicker than I am
Dude,
in most instances.
he's so much
And
smarter
so-
than me. I hate.
Yeah,
that's
and
what I
it's
hate
just
about
like,
you.
I
You're
can't
so
do
much
anything
smarter than
about
me.
that,
I hate you.
And so it's just like frustrating.
Yeah, you're stupid smart. You suck.
Sorry. Where's that get me?
Stop being so smart.
Stop it.
Well, you wear glasses. That's
Oh, God, here we go. And Rob.
The least favorite thing about Rob, dude, never
man.
replies to stuff. Sometimes.
I don't reply to stuff. Yeah, I do.
Sometimes you never reply to stuff.
Oh, really? I'm a bad replier? I thought I was pretty decent at it. Maybe I'll try and set my replying game up. My apologies.
It's a minor thing. I can't. There's no majors. It's just a minor. You know, little constructive criticism.
Wait. You say I don't reply.
Okay, wait. Well,
Look,
you don't reply, but
Blue
Blue doesn't show
Westlow
up
is
in
saying
time.
I don't reply.
Blue can be a little late sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I don't know how I didn't get fired from my job because I'm late to work like every single day.
That means you're good at your job.
Yeah, it means you're good.
Yeah, it means you're that good that they're like,
good
God.
cop, so they keep him around.
So how we
like
can't
Murphy
fire
does the
him.
stuff off the books.
Yeah, I'm not a punctual man.
Rob, I probably what I hate the most about you is that you refuse to admit that I was better at Halo 3. Oh!
I love how all the things we hated about each other were compliments until you guys got to me, like in some sort of way, and it was actually things you hated about me. Oh, it feels good, man.
Okay.
But you weren't, dude. I was actually better. I really was, and I truly believe that. And if you were better, I would admit it, like how I admit you're better at Overwatch.
Okay, well, then
I was
a
better
pseudo
at
compliment. I say I would hate how you're so easily headstrong, which I think is bad sometimes, but you don't care. Like, you call people out, or you'll do something. You could care less what other people think. You go in there. You go in.
Thanks, fam. That is a bad thing.
I will say, yeah, that's another. If I'm gonna take away what I said before about never applying, I would say. Sometimes, yeah, I'll try to give you advice sometimes, but you're so like, I don't give a fuck what people think about me, and you just do it. I'm just like, damn, Rob.
Yeah, when
like,
you're like, why do you keep taking me out of comp games before I can completely go in? That's why. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
Trying to reform you.
Thanks, guys.
You ignore my advice because you don't give a shit. You a bad bitch.
At Peter
I don't wear
GR
helmets.
607295511, rain or snow?
That's a mouthful.
Snow. Or no. Sorry. No. Not snow. Rain. I love rain.
Probably rain.
Yeah.
Because it's
Rain.
like I don't have to scrape rain off my car,
Yeah.
and like it doesn't hurt my face
Rain.
unless it's like raining really
Rain
hard.
is relaxing, tranquil. I love me some rain.
Yeah.
I've only been through
I don't
snow,
like lightning and thunder though. Lightning and thunder scare me.
I
love
love
lightning and thunder.
thunderstorms.
Hell
No,
yeah.
they scare me,
I love
bro. I don't like that. Scary.
Yeah, I love a good thunderstorm.
Low,
I used to hide and plug my ears.
low key too,
That was scary.
especially when I was younger and my parents was like, you need to go outside. I liked rain so much because it made
No
me
way,
feel
dude.
better
I was in
about
the
staying
closet.
inside. Like if it's raining outside, I can't be outside anyway. So I think that probably helps with rain. At Bubbles4910, what is the most memorable moment you guys have together?
Charity
most
stream.
Memorable moment.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a good
probably,
one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Charity
That's a good
stream.
one. Probably that.
4
Honestly.
hours of non-stop hype.
There's a lot of hype.
That okay, so that and probably when I choked in the raid. That was
Oh, I
was-
remember that
that
one.
was pretty memorable.
Clear as day,
Yeah, that was
that's for
pretty
sure.
memorable.
Rob was so
Yeah.
pissed because Domus, not
Well,
Domus.
Rob, I think Rob too is like
Domo.
because he'd been complaining about other people, so he
Oh, the
yeah,
whole time, dude. And I
raid.
had been owning the
Yeah.
whole time,
Well,
not
yeah,
making
yeah,
one
so-
mistake.
and the most
So Domo's a
critical
really cool
mistake
guy,
you could
but-
make.
Yeah.
And I made the most, I made the
Like we
worst
after
mistake. I,
hours and
knew-
hours. For those that don't know, it was the Wrath of the Machine raid. We were at Axis. We'd been at this boss. Like we should have honestly cleared it, but there was some communication errors. Some people were getting a little heated.
Domo.
Yeah, I think we were just all around. It's just me. So it's like 5-6 hours into Axis. It's like God,
it
this
was
shit,
the run, dude.
like
it was
up
the
into
run.
Axis,
It
we
was.
were killing it. I'm like, this is easy. But then for some reason, we could not get the final fight. And so there was a few guys on our team, I won't name people, that were more often than not really pulling their weight sometimes. And so Rob was like, come on, you noobs. Practically, that's what he said. Maybe minus a few
Rob was pretty
explicit
pissed.
ends.
It was great.
Yeah, Rob's pretty
dude,
upset.
that's like I don't like to raid because I become a violent and mean person.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't blame when you put that much time in. Like, I applaud the people that can raid for 8 hours, like carrying and be like, "Oh no, yeah, it's fine."
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
No, I can't.
I'm like, come on. So it was Rob though, but he just says it, and so
Like, dude, quit dying.
yeah, we got to that
Move on.
final part. Like,
It was it.
we
It was
were
the
about to
run.
have to leave most because it was getting late at night. Rob had to go somewhere, and so we like, this is the run. I think we need one final smash to like open
Yeah.
up his back to get him to last DPS phase, and it was Rob's side, and I don't know why. I don't remember.
And I jumped.
Yeah, oh yeah, Rob like jumps to the middle
middle
instead of the right or something.
Yeah, Rob is like with such confidence,
Dude, no,
like,
it's
oh, I
one
got
right
it, I
next to
got
me.
it.
We're like,
And
it's
I,
right.
like,
He's
thought it
Rob's
was
like,
going-
I got it. And we're like, Rob,
And
where
he jumps
you
at me,
go?
we're like,
What are you doing, Rob? Yeah, and he's mid. He's like, oh no! And then like as soon as we realize what Rob just like,
I As soon as I went to the point of no return, I went, no, oh, man.
Rob got in the same mood he did when he dismantled Hawkmoon.
Yeah, I like shut down,
Yeah.
dude. I like ended the stream.
He was
like, I'm over
done.
this.
It was
Yeah,
over.
Rob was
like,
just like,
mad.
I'm sorry, guys. And he just,
And I like when I get mad at myself, dude. I shut down. I like don't talk to anybody. I just like sit down and like just shut up and like just
Same.
get mad at myself.
This feels bad. I think besides the charity stream and that, the other really big one was your first Twitch stream when we did the Dream Team trials.
Yeah.
And I don't know what came over me. Like I was like, we're not fucking losing. We're not going to Lighthouse on your first fucking trial stream. So I was like a man possessed. I was like,
And
I'm gonna be
we,
the
like-
best
like,
at this
let's go.
fucking game.
And we like
killed
came
it.
back. That was like an epic
And
series,
and
right?
Free was like, where's this in the videos? Blue,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, man?
Blue finally turns it
It's an
on.
epic series.
I was zoned in. I was like, there's no way we're going to the Lighthouse
You
for your
peaked
first
at like
stream.
the third highest stream that day too.
Yeah, that was
It was a good
insane.
day. We hit like 11 or 12,000. It's crazy.
Oh, it was like 16, bro. When I think.
I thought it. Or maybe it was like 14.
You were,
I don't actually remember.
I
was
think you.
high,
I think you
bro.
peaked past 15 for
That's
sure.
pretty crazy. That was a
It was
crazy first
insane
stream.
though. Crazy stream.
So my most memorable. It's not really a moment. It's more cheesy, but probably how we started the very first time when I was like, "Hey Rob, this is Blue. We're gonna record," and then we just record.
Aw.
No, but then my most memorable moment is now. It's like, "Hey guys, we need to record," but we spend 2 hours before recording just talking and messing around, and I like that much. The fact that it stopped being just like a recording group and we became friends.
Yeah.
That was my most memorable.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like never been like a job or anything. I'm never like sad about Tuesdays. I was like.
I mean, when it
actually
was
look
D1
forward to
and
Tuesdays.
year 3, it was certainly like, like, oh god.
It's like
Yeah,
we
but we
gotta
went to-
do it.
Yeah, well,
But I think the only reason we
But-
actually did come back, even though there was no content, is because we all knew that we are recording with our friends
together and like playing with each other. Because I'll play anything with you guys. I'll even do a stupid ass podcast with you guys.
bro, this is our first episode. Don't turn this into the
I
dead
think it's
podcast.
awesome. No, I
Well,
think
yeah,
this is a
come
great.
on.
I think. Hey, honestly, I think some of what we've been doing so it's a great episode.
Yeah, come on. People gotta enjoy this. Hey, you want a long form content? Well, actually, not that many people. A lot of people say shorter content, but hey, you get like 2.5 hours here, all right? That's plenty long form, if you ask me. So next up, I like this question. At JamesFlames505, if you three were picked to create a video game together, what would it be? Platform, type, art, style, playstyle, etc.
Would almost
definitely-
positively be like a shooter. I think.
I think it'd be a very like animated shooter. 'cause
Yeah.
I think you guys like animated, kind of pixelated.
It'd be like a hybrid.
Like you guys love
shooter.
pixel art. The both
Yeah.
of
Oh,
you
I love
games.
Pixel. But honestly, what I would make... See,
For all three of us.
bro, I have a lot of games.
I think an
I want.
RPG would like be my favorite.
No,
game to make. If I could pull off like the writing of an RPG and
I would go...
that like leveling system, it'd be.
I
that.
would make full FPS MMO. I would make the
That'd be
FPS
crazy.
MMO.
If you could perfect that,
Like-
So
that would
you'd
be-
make Destiny 8.
No, essentially, I would make what rumors had Titan was for before Overwatch. Because rumor was Titan was an FPS MMO with like heroes, like Tracer and stuff, that had abilities. That game sounds dope. I'd love that. I don't know how it would.
for like hardcore.
It'd
so,
be
like,
PC.
Kinda like, wow.
Yeah, what I think it would be is you create your own character. But see, now, this part's just fantasy. There's no way to do it, especially balance it. But have your own hero shooter where you're able to make your own... to some degree, I guess you'd have to, like, have some sort of mixer where there's, like, certain components to an ability, and you can mix those to make certain abilities, and then you can put the 3 or 4 abilities you want on your character. And then you have certain stuff to grind that would either like increase cooldown or, you know, damage of whatever weapon you're using, blah, blah, blah. So mine would be PC, FPS, MMO. Although realistically, full on like actual medieval game would be sick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And also, Red Dead Online is a game I would make. So I'm glad it's actually happening.
Well, that is a game that is
Yeah,
being
so
made.
I'm glad I don't have to make that one. That would be my thing, though.
Delicious.
At Breck P wants to know, will you be doing more podcasts and will they be put on iTunes or Google Play? like I mentioned
Yes.
earlier, I knew we were going to cover this earlier, but I also want to cover it at the end. iTunes, I'm going to do my best, and if I ever get it up, it'll be down in the description, and I'll probably tweet it out whenever it goes up. Otherwise, probably on SoundCloud, because as far as I'm aware, I can just put it on SoundCloud and have it good to download immediately. And then Google Play, I haven't actually thought about that. I guess I can look into it. But I'll probably stick to iTunes and SoundCloud. And then as to more podcasts, it all depends on the reception of this. So
please
Yeah.
like it, because I like it so far.
like
dig
and
it.
subscribe and comment. And make sure you watch the ads.
I click on them sometimes too.
At Darth Ren, YouTube wants to know who's the fourth. I think we all know what he's talking about.
Well, we've narrowed it down from PewDiePie, Jake Paul, and Leafy. So
Yeah.
between
you
those
know.
three,
We're still thinking about it.
Most people have been like, who's the fourth Dream Team member? Because all Destiny 2 PvP modes going forward are 4v4. So we don't know. We
have no idea.
We don't even know if we're
we
going
don't
to
even know if we'll
actually
have like an
do a
official.
fourth.
What we might do
might
is
just
just
swap 'em?
throw people in. As you all know, we already have a group of friends we already record with. So it could just be up for whoever's on then, or
Be like a rotating,
Yeah.
like a rotating for it, because we already do have extended Dream Team.
we can
for, like,
also even
Overwatch.
do like guest shows, like maybe get Dado in on one or something.
Oh, a special guest Dado.
special guest.
That would be sick.
So yeah, we don't know. It's a good question. At Paradigm Broken asks, what's the one game you love that everyone hates, and what's the one game you hate that everyone loves?
Ooh.
The one game I hate that everybody loves.
The one game that I hate that everyone loves, Black Ops 2. That is one that people look back and they're like, that's my favorite COD. That was so good. I picked up Black Ops 2, played it for a night, I returned it. Never touched it again. Because
I don't know, dude. That's a good question.
the game...
Game I love that everybody hates.
Yeah, the game I love
Jeez.
that everyone hates.
So I actually, this is an interesting one.
I got one.
I really love Sonic 06.
What?
It's a terrible game. Will I admit it's a terrible game? Yes. Did I love that shit as a kid? You're damn right I did.
All right, I'm going to kind of a different path because it's not a game. It's kind of a website. A game that I love that everybody hated, Neopets. I used to
Dude, I
love
love
Neopets.
Neopets
Not
as a
everyone
kid. Hell
I used to
yeah.
love Neopets.
I mean, most people
man.
it's probably because like, oh, you're 17
And, like,
playing Neopets. Which I
have
played
a
that,
confession to make. About like 4 months ago,
Oh,
I
boy.
like found my old account that I had like as a kid, and I like figured out how to get back into it
Rob hitting
because I
that
had always been
directory.
locked out by like my dude, and I like saw everything I had, and it hit me with the nostalgia. I was playing it for like a week, and then I was like, okay, Rob, this is weird. You're gonna have to stop this now, and I haven't been on since. But yeah, probably Neopets are
I
loved,
did
but
play-
everybody hates.
Yeah, I did play a lot of Neopets. I'm not gonna lie, as a kid.
I can't really think of one that I love that everyone hates because it's hard to say like how much people hated it because usually, I mean, there has to be one. It can't quite come to
A game-
mind, but because like a lot of the old games.
Oh, a game that I love that everybody hates is Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
What? That
Dude, I
was a
love
dope
the
game.
Force
Yeah.
Unleashed.
No, dude, but if you look into the
Yeah, I'm sure.
to the reviews of that game,
I love
it's
that game,
bad.
yeah.
Like
I
People
1
say
and
it's
2 were
bad.
dope.
They were both
2
dope.
was less dope, but first
Yeah.
was even doper.
Second one didn't have quite the same.
I love Force Unleashed.
I don't know. They're more niche
So-
games, but I know the games I love have niche communities that love them as well. So I don't know.
So if you can't think of one that you love that everyone hates, what's a game that you hate that everyone loves?
I already said it. Black Ops 2.
Oh, Black Ops. Shit, jeez, I'm
Yeah.
slow. Rob, did you have a game you hate that everyone loves?
yeah, Neopets.
Wait, you
No,
hate
that
that?
you hate,
yeah,
that
yeah.
you
everybody
hate.
loves. Game that I hate that everybody loves.
Yeah.
H1Z1. I think H1Z1's
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
dude.
dude,
Fair
same.
enough, fair enough.
That's a,
I think H1Z1's bad.
that's the one I
Like,
was gonna say. I hate H1Z1. Dude.
I hate H1Z1. Like, it has never appealed to me once when I've played it.
I tried.
hated
I
it.
tried really hard to get into it, but every time I play it, I'm just like, this is kind of. I really don't like this game. Kind of sucks.
Oh, game you love by everybody hates, Christian, Minecraft.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well,
You love Minecraft.
Yeah.
At least on the channel.
well on the
Everyone
channel.
hates-
But the one game, well, see, the problem is the one games that I love that everyone hates. It's not everyone hates. I don't think many people hate it. It's just not many people tried it or gave it a chance. Same way, like I talked about how the games that just die. Because for me,
Didn't you like Brink a lot?
Brink was like that game where it's like it looked really cool and the concept was cool, but you knew the game sucked.
I tried so hard to like it. I did. Because the premise was so good, but man, did they ruin it.
The art style was so sick too. Like I love
the premise of that game. I was like, this is sick.
It was like Roadhog the game. Everything was like just slapped together. Like all the guns were made from scrap, and it was sick. But like when you played it was like, I really wish this game didn't suck.
The one game I love that everyone hates. Okay, so I'll name a few because I'm not entirely sure everyone hates them. Gotham City Imposters. Absolutely love that game. It's pretty much.
I don't think anybody tried it.
My original channel. Yeah, not many people hate it. My other ones again would be Monday Night Combat and Super Monday Night Combat.
Never.
Absolutely love those. Again, I think problem was just not enough exposure. Those games are so dope though. You want to talk about who did it first? Super Monday Night Combat. Go look up some of their characters, and you might find a certain monkey that does a lot of things that it's just like, God, they were a pretty dope hero. They were like a hero MOBA. They were dope. I missed that. Anyway, those, and then if it were up to IGN, Sapphire. I think it had just enough
too
water.
much water.
I think it had just enough.
What's Sapphire?
Pokemon Sapphire.
Even as a kid, that's not something I ever thought. Like, man, I hate how much you have to surf in this game.
I mean, to be fair, I never really liked HMs, but you just got used to it. Plus, Surf was never one I didn't like. Surf I actually used on my Pokemon.
Yeah. Surf is a good move. Yeah.
Leo Wyatt wants to know if there was one game you guys wish was multiplayer that you could play together, what would it be?
Skyrim.
You have Elder Scrolls Online, bro.
Yeah, but like I think like Skyrim, like it's different from Elder Scrolls Online to Skyrim.
Yeah,
it's huge,
I get you.
Huge difference.
I'm gonna say Skyward Sword. Oh. No, not Skyward Sword. Not Skyward Sword. Jesus, I'm stupid. Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I know what you're
my
talking
bad.
about, yeah.
I've never played Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. I wish that game were multiplayer because that is like one of my favorite games ever.
Call me crazy. Pokemon. Where's my Pokemon MMO?
Co-op?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, or co-op
MMO would be sick.
That'd be sick.
For now,
Take
we
that
can
grades
only
on.
send our Pokemon to fight each other.
I know, it feels bad. Yeah, so I guess I should reiterate, like, multiplayer. I mean, obviously you can fight each other in Pokemon, but I mean, like, playing with it, like, co-op or, like, an MMO kind of thing where everyone's playing throughout the whole game. You can see each other, interact, blah, blah, blah. At Ben99 2017, favorite fictional universe and why?
Fictional universe?
John Wick.
John Wick. That is
Hell
a pretty dope universe.
I've never seen John Wick, man.
Dude,
I've
the
never seen any of
whole
those
half
movies,
the reason why I watch
I heard
John
they're
Wick,
really
so good.
half the reason why I watch it is because of like the whole world that they have
Assassin
built.
world.
It's dope.
You know what one of my favorite universes is? But the last two movies ruined the movie. So like the first one's the only good one, The Matrix.
Yeah.
I think that concept is really
I think the
cool.
concept of it is
And,
really
like,
dope.
And like The Matrix is like it's just really cool. Like the first movie's perfect, dude. That's like such a good movie. And then like the second one is meh, and the third one is
I would go
probably The Matrix or the Star Wars.
The Last Airbender.
Ooh.
Well, that's a good one too.
It's gotta be one.
What would you bend? You can't be the Avatar.
See, I've had this. I've struggled with this for so long. God, I'd probably be Earth, but Air, I think honestly would be the most powerful. I think they underplayed how powerful it would be in the show.
Because air is like an element that's like constant.
Plus,
like always.
they like touched briefly on the show about like dark bending. You know, you have like blood bending for waterbenders where you can bend the blood of other people. Well, it was theorized that, if you're an airbender, you can literally just take the air out of someone.
Did you watch Legend of Korra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because they had some of that stuff. They touched on more dark bending in that too. But yeah, like imagine that.
Yeah,
like,
like that bad guy who wears that mask with bloodbend, right?
yeah. Because like that. Because think about it, like you could go to space if you wanted to. You could literally fly up there and then make yourself a bubble of air. Just chill out. You could go underwater.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You don't need to have water bending. You just make a bottle or a pocket of air. You go anywhere. You got air. You can fly. Plus a big old gust of wind. That's why I'm saying, like in the show, they didn't show a big old gust of wind is gonna hurt. Oh.
Yeah, that does. Hurt
And
your
you
face
can't see
sometimes.
it. That's the biggest part. It's invisible, for the most part. I mean, in the show, they obviously had to show air, but yeah. So that's my answer. What would you guys do?
Probably air. Probably air for sure. Like you said, it's probably the strongest.
Air. No, yeah, airbending's always been the special place in my heart.
I mean, Earth seems really dope to me. And just, especially with metal and everything, I feel like that. But yeah, I think air would just be most practical. Okay. What better way to end it than at Joss Smokor, Marry, Sex, Kill, Shark, Arios, and Versus?
Path to victory, Guardians.
Damn.
Destroy your
Marry, sex, kill.
I'm gonna marry Arios because he seems like he'd be a nice, gentle housewife. I think he'd really love and care for me throughout my life.
Oh man.
You know, Versus, I think he could get pretty nasty in bed.
Oh my god!
Stop! I'm gonna puke.
I think I
They
could
do
kill
call him
Shark.
Poppy-san.
I gotta kill my son. It's the only way to do it.
I mean, you have done so many times before, so that shouldn't
Yeah.
be too hard. Marry, that's hard. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna marry Versus just because we bros.
Okay.
You know, be pretty all right. Sex Shark
Oh, you gotta kill Arios. Come on.
because Shark is, me and Shark share a lot of interests. So I feel like it wouldn't be too awkward. You just go for it. And I would kill Arios because I feel like Arios would kill me first.
I would marry Arios because he understands like living with like your significant other, and like I feel like he'd be a gentle housewife, as Christian said. Shark has long hair, so I'd probably do him because my immersion would be there. And then kill Ab.
Ugh.
Sorry, Ab, but you drew the short end of the stick, bro.
Oh gosh, and that ends the Q&A session. And we'll begin to wrap up the very first, and maybe last, I don't know, GG Over Easy podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hopefully you guys like this. Let us know. Podcast.
I thought it went really well.
I think it
It
went
was
well.
dope. I enjoyed it.
I'm going to be honest.
I had a lot of fun. I had great discussion.
Yeah, I didn't think we would last this long.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
I thought we
we'd be,
didn't
like,
have enough
straggling.
topics.
Yeah, you were like, well, we'll try to go 2 hours. We'll try.
Yeah. Because normally a podcast, technically,
Well, I heard 2 hours. I was like, oh my god, like there's no way we get to 2 hours.
but once we
bro.
started
And we're at
talking,
2.5.
I was like, wait a minute, we do this every day. This is practically this is literally just us talking.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like when we were like
Yeah.
when we were like about to start recording. That's
Yeah,
when
it
we
has
should do
taken
the
us like an
podcast.
hour and a half to start like a recording on
Yeah.
anything. So
It's same for this. So
Well, glad you
Well,
guys got your behind the scenes
thanks to
podcast.
the sponsors.
yeah, thanks
None of them.
specifically to all of our sponsors. Again, that would be none of them because we don't have any. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, our imaginary sponsorships.
With that, wherever you're listening, I don't know how any of this works. I'm assuming you're coming from YouTube, but if you found us on SoundCloud or iTunes or whatever, you can check me out at youtube.com/my-Mr. Fruit. You can just search Mr. Fruit. It's probably easiest. You can find Blue Westlow where?
YouTube.com/Blue Westlow, Twitch.tv/Blue Westlow, and Twitter.com@Blue Westlow.
And you can find Rob at
Twitch.tv/RabbyV and YouTube.com/ILoveMLG1.
I guess Blue plugged all of his. So I also
Dark
have
times.
Twitch, my Mr. Fruit, and then my Twitter.
Oh,
since
yeah,
I said to tweet me some
Twitter.
stuff at Mr. Fruit YT, because
At
Mr. Fruit is
RabbyV
taken.
_V.
Feels bad.
And Instagram RabbyV.
Patreon, my Mr. Fruit.
Coming soon.
My
Free cam
Google
girls,
Plus.
Blue Please don't go to that. Please.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, Balloon Rob. Thank you very much for sitting with
dude.
me and
Anytime, Captain.
talking our heads off. Was fun. Everybody in the comments, let us know if you enjoyed it. First off, also, which part of the podcast you like listening to the most, or what you want to hear more of? Which parts worked, which parts didn't,
Yeah.
or what you would like to see? That kind of stuff. If we do more, so we can kind of
Constructive
we can
criticism
take
is a
some
good thing.
constructive criticism.
Don't be like, this shit's stupid. Like, that doesn't help
I mean,
anybody,
if you don't
alright?
watch podcasts, you don't like it, well then fair play. You're not even listening at this point, so I don't know why I'm trying to talk to you, so it doesn't really matter. But we appreciate all the support, all the love, and hopefully we see you again soon. I don't know how often, if we do end up doing this, how often this will happen. I don't know if it's like weekly, bi-weekly, like monthly. I'm not entirely sure. It also probably depends. If we do a lot of gaming, it probably depends on what's happening in gaming world. But yeah, with that said, thank you very much for listening. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.